When we get this going. Let's see. We got one person in here. That's nice. Why is the music not playing? What's going on here? All right, now we're getting going. Colors look kind of trippy. What's up? Dude, I've been messing with kind of like, so I might go back to using my old camera because I feel like it just makes the color, it just made the colors on like the background and stuff just pop way more. I've been like messing with like the camera settings before where it's like, I don't know, it's kind of trippy. Like, and some of the stuff's kind of cool. Like you can, I don't know, make stuff like green or that kind of color or whatever, but I wish I could hook up both cameras and I can like switch between the two. Like if I ever want a close up of my face with like not all like the crazy like color correction stuff and like saturation. I want to be able to do that, but also at the same time, I want to be able to, you know, like show off the cool colors and stuff before. Cause I feel like my earlier videos are like my earlier camera. Just like did that like way better. Yo, dude, we got the whole gang here. Kid Rascal, Theo, DYD. Diseases for dinner. How do you feel about Saturday's drop? I'm actually kind of excited. It's actually pretty cool. It's one of the it's probably the best 007 drop, which isn't saying a whole lot, but it's probably the best 007 drop, right? Sorry, I forgot. I actually need to open up the this is it. So if I do need to show anything on my phone, you guys can see it. Let's go live stream. Yeah, so I'm actually excited. I started a let me read this really quick. John Franklin, what's up, bro? I won a common Black Panther common earlier, but the SR is going for around 285 right now. That has to be a good buy, right? Would you wait? The Eric Killmonger one, if you like secret rare comics or whatever, I would say, yeah, I mean, that's probably like literally one of the cheapest secret rare comics on the app, if not the cheapest. And yeah, I'm not sure how big of a first appearance that is. Like maybe there's probably a bit more significance because like the MCU movies and stuff, but other than that, I don't know. I can't really tell. I honestly have not watched the comics and crypto take on it. I have not watched like Sleeping Comics. I don't know if he's like updated his thing. I'm kind of curious what all the comic people have kind of updated their listings to essentially say about the new Eric Killmonger like comic. So I'm just closing out a few things on my phone. Turn on do not disturb. Watching too much news. Glad you're alive. Yeah, same here. My roommate was like really into watching the news, and he's afraid like World War III is gonna kick off and a bunch of other crazy stuff, which unlikely, but who knows? I'd rather not think about it too much. What I do want to think about is the new membership tiers or things I kind of came up with. I was mostly just wanted to do it for the emotes, right? So I wanted to keep some emotes very simple. So let me actually show you guys my screen here. Is this it? No, I need those. Let me just do display monitor, whatever. It's kind of trippy. So this was actually one of the ideas for one of the emotes, just like keep it super simple because you can only have 4 emotes until you get like 2 members. I am starting like a membership thing. And I was gonna have 1 tier, basically you just have access to like member only chat as well as like the emotes. So it's just like it's probably just gonna be like $2 or $3 or something. And so this is one of the emotes, which is just a simple just down arrow. Things are crashing, things are down. There's another one. It's kind of hard to see, but this one's just like arrows going up. I could always change these later for the most part. But the 2 I'm really excited to do, which are these 2. These actually look pretty sick. I'm not sure how they're gonna look when they're like super small in like text format. If it's really hard to read the vibes part, I might have to remove that that border like around the edge. But if the if it reads fine, if it looks fine, What's up, Vault? You mean vibes, not Vault? I get what you mean. But I've always liked like the neon sign look, and that's how I originally wanted to do like my logo stuff initially, but I just didn't know how to do this kind of stuff till like later. But I did want to do this for my emotes. So basically you could either do Veve vibes like back to back, or you could just do Veve if people are talking about Veve. If you just want to bring out the vibes, you can do that. And then I can only do 4 emotes. I know these look like super simple and like simplistic, but I think that's kind of the point. Then I was just going to add more emotes, and so I was going to do that for like the lowest tier. The next tier would probably have something like all the stuff before, but also I think I might start doing member only live streams where just the tail end, the last 30 minutes to 45 minutes of my streams will just be exclusive to my like tier 2 members that invest in that. So basically you have like we could talk about anything, it doesn't have to be about Veve, but basically you have me and whoever else is in that membership tier will have like my uninvited attention for like 30 minutes to 45 minutes after most streams. I don't know about every stream, but most streams I'll probably do it, so probably at least like 2 times a week. But sorry vibes, it's okay. And then for my highest tier, I don't know what I was gonna do for my highest tier. I just threw in a highest tier and just said, hey, I'll just update this later. But maybe like, I don't know. I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do or how invested I wanted to be in that. I've kind of ran it by some friends, as well as like my brother who got me into Veve initially and all that stuff. And so kind of just getting ideas about, all right, do I want to get to the point where it's like I make like a private Discord and maybe start doing like private escrow for people like in that membership or that group for free, and like this, I don't know, like I've kind of didn't want to make it to be too overboard or unnecessary, especially if people just aren't going to use it. But I knew that the things that people were going to use were at least like the emotes and probably like the private membership stream that I would do at like the very end. So what I would do is just have the normal stream. Then of course to build FOMO, I would just say of course at the very end I would at the very end of the stream I would just say, hey, if you members please stick around. If you guys want to stick around for the private stream, we can talk about anything. Maybe occasionally I'll have on like Veve influencers or like other content creators talk about like a certain topic. So I would love to get some like comic people on the during the like private live stream, as well as just like other influencers talk about stuff. And like we don't always have to talk about Veve, we can just shoot the shit, talk about whatever. It's whatever questions you guys want to ask. I think those members too will also be able to influence future content. So like any future emotes I put on the stream or the channel, any like future videos that people want me to cover or talk about. So that's all encapsulated in that little private member stream. So I haven't come up, it's getting like approved right now by YouTube. Like I send in like approval for like I submit my emotes as well as like my tiers or something like that. They said it would take 24 hours. I literally did that this morning. So subscribed, thanks. I don't think it gives you guys the option to like join yet as a member or whatever, at least like not that I think of, because I haven't been approved right for membership. But I saw it, like literally everyone else is doing it. Like Dino's doing it. I think Vivian3 has one, like, you know, Cavell Anderson, like a bunch of content creators already had like a membership thing. So I was like, yeah, why not? Might make a Patreon too, but I'm not sure how I would like integrate that or do anything like that. Again, it's not just me obviously just trying to get money. Like part of my goal here is to be able to do this full time so I can bring you guys content, you know, all the time, talking about Veve and future IPs and talk with other content creators and influencers about the future and things that we're planning and doing. But it's also just to bring additional value to you guys, right? Like you guys get cool emotes, you guys get personal time with me, and then also occasionally personal time with certain content creators that want to hop on and just kind of give their professional advice for like 30 minutes, you know, whether it's a comic book guy or we talk about different things. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's my stick, that's my elevator pitch, whatever you want to call it. But it's not approved yet, but I do have some ideas for more emotes in the future, something with like a gem squeeze or like a gem. But that's also why you guys have better ideas than me. I was thinking about doing FUD, you know, maybe some like Pepe emotes. Like, I don't know, it's whatever the community wants. And like the members will have, you know, a bigger say in those things. Let's go through. and appreciate the consistent content, of course. Watching too much news, like you speak, it's not worth a ton on the physical market, but if you want some cheap master collector points and only want to get an SR, this is it. Yeah, it's kind of funny, like, even though that's literally the cheapest SR in the market, it's still not as cheap as just stacking rares, right? In general. So if anything, I don't know how much the rare is. Like, how much is the new comic on here? I don't think so. It still has Vote Loki. The new one's called Jungle Action, right? Is that what it's called? Series, that's the series, but is that what it's called? I don't think the new comic is on here yet. No. It says Jungle Action. Yeah, it says Jungle Action, like number 6 or whatever. Yeah, not entirely sure. But I'll be honest, I haven't followed the what's it called? The market that closely, like recently, like super recently. Thoughts on Becky and Joe Batman? Got Todd, Joe, and Becky from the store back in March 2021. I feel like I could use the gems from Beck and Joe towards Iron Man, Golden Moments, or Comic Stacks. It's not like Becky and Joe are going to be terrible. I do think they're just going to take quite some time to go in value. I would say, like, if you're planning on holding these NFTs in like the long term, Ken, I do think Becky and Joe are going to find their footing at some point. It's just going to take them a while, right? I think it's you know, people that do like Batman, people that are fans of those writers or those illustrators. I don't know, those are writers, right? Technically, but are those artists or writers? I believe they're artists. But maybe the writers vary or whatever. But I do think those will find their place. Like, the mints are so low, but it's just, you have to give it enough time to, like, those NFTs need to get into the hands of people that value not only Batman, but also those artists, as well as people that kind of like value season 1 stuff, maybe Veve history, or like NFT history, because there will be people eventually that want to invest in these like season 1 or like early NFTs for certain things, or FAs in general, because it's like, you know, historical, right? Like 5-6 years from now, like Todd is not just going to be like, oh, an NFT that's 101. It's going to be like a historical NFT, right? Same thing with all the other series 1 stuff. So it's just going to take a while to get there. I think right now on the app, there's just a lot of people putting value on like Disney and Marvel a lot, but DC will, you know, we'll get there too. But it does seem like just DC across the board is struggling. I mean, I haven't checked like Superman. We'll check the other Batmans in a bit, but I wouldn't blame you if you made that trade, Beck and Joe, for Becky and Joe, because I think Becky, you can get, jeez, dude, Batman's below 4K. Wow, people are just really selling this off. Actually, it was lower the other day. Okay, so it's at 3.6. We'll look at the Batmans really quick. Iron Man or comic stacks. Yeah, I don't know about comic stacks. Like me personally, this is just personally, right? I'm not sure if I'm gonna do like comic stacks. If I'm gonna do any common comic stacking, I'll probably do like a community value add thing where it's like, hey, if you give me a common comic, or if you give me a common comic per month, will get you this kind of community related content, or this kind of like exclusive thing I can provide, whatever it is. That's probably the only way I would like stack common comics. Not that I'm like against it. It's more like if I'm gonna buy something as an investment, I'd rather just get like secret rares and ultra rares of like, and that's just me, just because I'm just ignorant to just the things. Like I'm only gonna be not stacking, but it's like if I'm gonna invest money into comics, I'd rather put money into like ultra rares and secret rares, into like the top 7, right? At least the ones I can afford. So Amazing Spider-Man, Daredevil, Fantastic Four number 1 and 5, like, you know, those top end ones, just because that's what I understand is going to have the most value like long term. I don't know. And not fantastic, God, what the hell is it called? It's not just Fallout, it's Ultimate Fallout. That's what it's called. So Ken Gems, I hope that helps. I'm not exactly sure if that answered your question. I wouldn't blame you if you sold those for Iron Man Golden Moments and stuff, but it just hurts selling Becky and Joe at like such low prices. Like Becky less than 1,500 hurts. But, and again, like these only have like 3,250 pieces, right? It's just unfortunate because I think people do invest in like various Batmans just for flipping purposes because that 2.5% fee, right? So it's up to you. And it sounded like you got those back in March, so anything is profitable at this point, right? Joe Mad actually holding somewhat strong at 1K. It's funny because actually Becky's like still dipping, but Joe Mad has been below 1K a couple times and he's actually managed to recover. Yeah, he was at below, gosh, he was almost 850 at one point. Yeah, even looking at Jim Lee Joker, like, oof, below 1K. What is the emote membership you speak of? Abnormal deformities, so like Dino knows what I'm talking about, and a lot of other content creators, which is next to the subscribe button, there's a button that usually says join, and you can join like a membership where you can get access to different, you know, features or exclusive content by paying money, you know, month over month. You sign up with your credit card, whatever you want to do. And Dino has some stuff, which I don't think I've subbed to his channel yet, where it says, you know, it shows like different eggs. So because that's kind of his whole thing is like the egg gang and all that stuff. So for me, I actually named my group, what I want to do is called the Vibe Tribe. And I was like, God, like what words rhyme with like, not rhyme, but like what words with group? What's like another word for group or clan or company or whatever that also starts with a V, because I want to do like vibe something or whatever. And I was like, dude, I'm just gonna do Vibe Tribe. That's perfect. So it's like now people in that group are gonna be called like the Vibe Tribe. I don't know how I'm gonna like compile that, but it's just a community thing, and you're gonna have access to emotes like this. I just showed it, or I don't know if you just joined, but I showed it earlier. So like I get 4 emotes for the first 2 people, and then once I get like 5 members, I can do 5 emotes. Then once I get like 10 members, I can do 7 emotes. So like as I get more members, I unlock more emotes. So I think initially I'm just gonna do these as emotes. So there's gonna be VV and vibes, and then I'm gonna do like an arrow up. So people, if I'm talking about something pumping, or if someone brings up an NFT that you think is gonna pump, you can do this emote, which is kind of similar to like my logo, and then an arrow down, like something is, you know, dumping or whatever it's called. So those are the 4 emotes you would have access to. And I'm more than happy to change these up. If people don't care about up arrows and they want to have something a bit more cool, like this, I'm down to do that as well. I'll probably let the opinion of the members speak a bit louder, obviously. That's just, you know, the people that are paying actually for the emotes should, you know, have a bigger say, obviously. So this is kind of the emotes I've come up with so far. And I like the Veve one because like you can put this emote in any chat. It just says Veve and it's like, cool, Veve, hype. And then if you want to bring out the vibes just in general, you can just say vibes, or you can put them together to make Veve vibes. Might change the up arrow and the down arrow. Like, you know, right now the YouTube is approving it. I think it takes 24 hours. So Dino knows the process. Like, I don't know. I was just messing with it last night and coming up with ideas, so you guys can put those in the chat. And I can change those too, right? If the VV vibes is like really hard to read on like phones, I know it's probably gonna look fine on like desktop computers, but if it's like really hard to read on phones, I might remove the border and just make the VV vibes like letters bigger, or just adjust it in some way, just to make it easier to read. Benik Fredrickson, I'm very bullish on Joe Mad. Bought him at $8.99 2 days ago. Hell yeah, dude. That's a fantastic purchase. I mean, you got him almost at his absolute bottom. So, I mean, you only missed it by 30 gems, but that, I mean, that floor was probably there for an hour, right? So unless you were literally on the app for that hour, you weren't going to get it. But yeah, that's a fantastic buy. I mean, I do think like all these, the FEs especially, you know, and the FAs and stuff, they're going to recover well enough. I do think they're going to take a bit longer. Because again, people, I think I've kind of learned flipping DC is kind of the way to do it if you are going to do flipping. And they are going to have to work twice as hard to go back up, right? Not only because Well, it's mainly just because the 200% fee. Like, there's tons of people that are happy to buy this at 1,000 and flip it at 1050 and make a 20 gem profit. Like, people do that. You know, I don't want to say a ton of people do it, but enough people do it that it will slow down the progress of it pumping. Not nearly as much as like some of the Disney stuff. Not saying that Disney, you know, people that invest in Disney, there's no flippers. Like, of course there's flippers there, but it does have to run a bit higher in order to get there. No join button, but you'll know when you have it because I'm joining. That's awesome, dude. Thanks, I appreciate that. So like the first tier is just like emotes. You have access to emotes and member only chat, which I might do member only chat occasionally when like I just can't catch up with chat and it's just going too fast. So occasionally I might just put on member chat for like 5-10 minutes. You know, and if you guys know my streams are like 2 to 3 hours, so I think doing that occasionally isn't gonna piss anyone off, and if it does, I don't care. Probably do a member only chat for like 5 to 10 minutes just to slow down chat and you guys can show off your emotes or do whatever. And then the last 30 minutes of my stream, I'm just gonna let people know like, hey, this is the end of my normal stream. I'm gonna start my 30-minute member only stream. So if my members want to hang around, we can talk about anything. You have my undivided attention for 30 minutes and we can talk about whatever. Occasionally we might have a content creator like Dino if he wants to join me occasionally, or I might have, you know, Sleeping Comics or whichever content creator that wants to join or hop on and kind of give us either information or just kind of laugh. Like, we don't have to talk Veve the whole time. Like, more than happy to have someone like Dino on and we just shoot the shit for 30 minutes and just talk about random stuff, talk about Star Wars, you know, financial stuff. Like, Dino's for his age and living in California, I have to admit, and at his age, he's doing pretty well for himself. And I was kind of impressed, like, that when he was kind of talking about it. I know he's very humble, but also crazy. So, you know, we talk about all kinds of stuff. So that's kind of the whole point, is that it's kind of a time to either really dig into Veve, or we can just kick back and relax and talk about whatever, talk about the channel, that kind of stuff. Vibes pulled that mint 268 uncommon today. Nice. Thoughts on long-term hodl or sell? Usually just flip my comics off of drop, but never pulled a less than 5%. Yeah, that's tough, to be honest. Like, I'm not that bullish on like low mints unless I got something like really popular and it's like sub 100. This is just me personally. Typically, if I got a low mint like that, I would just try and get what I can out of it, because it's a sub 300, which is really crazy. But at the same time, personally, I just would have gotten rid of it, because right now that comic is going to get the most attention today. Like, no other day during the year, or probably in the app's lifetime, is it ever going to have, you know, tens of thousands of people looking at this one comic ready to buy something, right? So occasionally, if you put up a low mint, you know, it's never going to be easier to sell a low mint now than later. You might not get the best price, but you might have to, you know, relist your 260, you know, your 268 over and over and over again for the next few months just to sell. You know, you might get a better price, but it just might take you longer. And especially during this gem squeeze, like, gem squeezes like this don't last forever. You know, it's like, all right, I'm just throwing out numbers out there. So it's like, all right, 268 uncommon. All right, I can either sell it right now for, I don't even know, 100 gems, 150 gems, whatever. I'm just making up literally, I don't even know the cost of the comic. Or you could wait 2 months and potentially sell it for 250. It's like, cool, you got an extra 100 gems, but with that 150 gems, that could have gotten you just enough to buy a lenticular card or buy a Joe Mad Batman, or just enough to buy something else. So like, I don't know what your situation is, Brayden, but is it Brayden? Braden? It's probably Brayden. So yeah, that's just me personally. It's not like I'm against like buying low mint comics or anything like that, but that's just me personally. It's like, I'm just trying to shift my money elsewhere, right? But if it was like a first appearance like Wolverine or Hulk, or like, what, you know, some of the more iconic characters in Marvel Comics, like Eric Killmonger's, you know, known, but not there's not an obsessive fan base over it, you know, over him or anything like that. So that's just my take on it. Are you gonna cash out when you have MTL vibes, or is it all? Yeah, I'm holding long term. I might cash out like a couple NFTs, so maybe like a grand and a half or something like that, mostly just to kind of give myself a little bit of cushion over the next like couple months, just to be able to just do what I want and just focus more on Veve for the most part. But I'm not cashing out like, what is that? That's less than 5% of like my vault value or whatever if I just cashed out a bit, for the most part. So yeah, I'm cashing out just a tiny bit. Plus, I kind of want to just see how the process works as well. So I'm kind of just curious how that process works and the fees and taxes. And I might make a video on it too. Like, hey, you know, I might make a video that's like, hey, I made a video just saying, hey, I cashed out, whatever. And which is, I think, another feature I was going to do for my members, which is you get to watch my videos like 12 to 24 hours early in advance without ads. So that's like another little value add too for members, where not only do you get to influence the videos and like the emotes that we do in the channel in the future, but also you get to have early access to it, and you guys can spam your emotes or do whatever you want in my chat. It doesn't matter. You can maybe I'll let Dino get early access to my videos so he can egg my videos early. I know how much he likes egging videos. Sup Vibes, sup Dino? I know you've been in chat for a while, so I've been kind of just doing that. I've heard that certain Veve NFTs will be available to sell on OpenSea. Any updates on this statement? Not necessarily. So a lot of people think that the big officially licensed, I mean, they're all officially licensed, but the big time NFTs, so like Disney, DC, Marvel, they might just take a while to kind of come around to the idea of selling their NFTs off of Veve. So whether it's Immutable X, OpenSea, whatever it is. But a lot of the independent artists don't really care. They're just like, hey, anything I can do to get more money for myself, but also just get more notoriety, just, you know, just get my stuff out there. Like, there's just less red tape when dealing with an individual or a very small company, rather than like something like Disney or DC and all the stuff that's involved with that. I'm sure there's an infinite amount of reasons why they are or aren't doing certain things, but that's just what I know off the top of my head. So, but I do think something like the hold on. I do think like something like the Little Friends could actually do like pretty well, just because, again, the whole meme around, you know, Gorilla Gang, Ape Strong, Omi Kongs, all that stuff. Like, I think these could actually do decently well because it's low mint, it's officially licensed XL NFTs that look like gorillas. There's like different tiers of like normal, silver, gold, and that's the other thing too. It's like you're gonna be putting these NFTs in front of people that are like, you know, Bitcoin/ETH like rich. Like, there are some people out there that do have tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars in ETH or Bitcoin, and they're like, oh, there's this cool little NFT. Maybe you bought this for $570, but you put it up on OpenSea or Immutable X. Like, you can maybe sell it for just $1,500 to $2,000 in ETH or Bitcoin, and like, to them it's nothing just because they have so much. Or it's like, oh, only $2,000 for this. Like, I bought a stupid NFT for, you know, 10 grand earlier. Like, whatever. Like, who knows, right? And there's going to be a lot of people that don't want to take their NFTs off app, but, you know, not financial advice, or I'm not sure if I would even do it myself, but it's like, if literally only you and 10 other people moved Little Friend Silver off app, now there's a market, right? Now it's like, oh, you can go on Veve and buy the other 980 whatever Little Friend Silvers on Veve, but now there's only 10 off app. So that makes that in and of itself makes it very exclusive. And so anybody that doesn't care about Veve, doesn't know about Veve, or, you know, whether they just want to buy as a flex piece, like, oh, I bought the first NFT, or I have a Little Friend Silver off app, you know, whatever it is. Some people might be willing to pay a premium because now there's only 10 off app, not 989 of them. So there is that. And plus, there's a super organized community, Omi Kongs, around Little Friend Silver. So I actually think these could do pretty well off app, but there's literally no way in telling. Like, I'm just literally 100% speculating, but it does seem like things could fall into place for Little Friends if you do want to go the off app route. But that's like a lot of unknowns and a lot of speculation. I hope that answered your question, Damon. And that's the other thing too. Some people don't want to take their NFTs off app because the Veve NFTs lose a lot of their features and exclusivity, right? Like, you can't put it in your vault anymore. You can't. I don't know if you could bring it back onto Veve. Like, if you could, like, that would probably ease a lot of people's concerns. But if it's off app and it's off app forever, like, that could be interesting, right? And like, if a good amount of people take their NFTs off app, now we have less on Veve, and now the Veve market might react to that, right? Like, let's say 1/3 of the rare Black Panthers go off app, and now, all of a sudden, now we only have you know, about 5,000 of them instead of like 9,000. Like, now that's kind of a big deal. Unlikely, but, you know, anything could happen. FA Rare Comic Deadpool is a good buy, in my opinion. Yeah, I would. Yes. That is the, what is it? That is the Veve NFTs. Yes. New Mutants. Yeah, New Mutants something. I forgot is it just New Mutants, or I thought there was like a number after? That's probably one I will invest in. And like, that's another strategy I kind of had as well. Is like maybe before they release the, I don't know. I'm kind of, even though it's not best for master collector points, it actually might not be a bad idea to stack some of the really cheap rares, because there are some people that will go on the market immediately after the final version of the master collector program and buy rare comics, and you could just sell them to those people. So like, you could literally buy some of the cheapest like rare comics on Veve set list. Like, you can maybe just buy these, even though it's, you know, there's diminishing returns on comics, right? Let's see, comics, all rarity comics. Why is it only showing? Oh, it's because I have it organized by price. So buy master collector points per dollar or whatever. So like Fantastic Four annual number 3 is the cheapest at 39 gems. So you might invest in these just for the hopes of like, you might buy, let's say 3 or 4 of these in the hopes that it's going to go up to 50 eventually. Like, people, the first things that people are going to buy when the master collector program comes out, and if they want to just stack master collector points via rare comics, they're going to buy all these first, right? They're going to buy all the cheapest ones, because point for point, that's the best thing, or gem for gem. And like, you want to be that reseller, right? That buys it at 40 and you can just sell it again at 50, right? It's not a ton of profit, but at least it's some profit. Like, I do think, like, I'm just trying to leverage the fact that there's going to be probably hundreds of people, maybe thousands of people that want to take advantage of the master collector program. And this is the most gem efficient way to do it, is to buy rare comics. And I want to be that middleman to sell it to them. And it's a pretty big jump, right? Like, it goes from, you know, the low 40s and it goes up to 50 pretty quick. And then, so it's like per gem. That's the overall price. Yeah. So people are going to buy all these because it's, you know, gem for gem, the best thing to have. So it goes 24, 25, 26. But who knows, like, for now, maybe the cheapest one is 20 gems per master collector point. But then a week after the final version of the master collector program is announced, now it jumps up to 30 or 40 gems, you know, per point, because everyone's buying them up. Unlikely, but who knows? I think it's mostly, I think a lot of these are so cheap just because we've gotten so many just like meh comics, I guess. And plus we're in a gem squeeze right now too, so that's a big part of it. Exactly speak, this isn't exactly a Veve YouTuber related, but it's a great book out there literally called Tribes. That's all about developing fans or following members. Great book on the topic. Okay, cool. Yeah, I appreciate that, Exactly speak. I'll have to check that out. Or actually, I'm gonna make a note of it. I'm just gonna open up a random text thing to put Tribes in. Let's see. It's just called Tribes. Is it by anyone? I'll probably find. I'll just Google it. But yeah, the Vibe Tribe. You guys will be joining the Vibe Tribe soon enough. They approved me so quick, like a few hours. Definitely down to gang some time. Hang. You flatter me too much. Yeah. No, Dino is a great guy. I would love to meet you in person someday. I do have family like in the Bay Area for now. I think some of them are going to be moving out of state at some point, but yeah, maybe next time I'm in like the San Francisco Bay Area, we can kick it. Hey gang approves of this message, but no Boba Fett this weekend. Or yeah, Dino was really upset with like everyone enjoyed my When Wednesday or whatever, where I might change the name. I used to call it When Wednesday because I used to do it every Wednesday, but then I stopped because there's just way too much effort. But like my fan made like Veve drop thing. Everyone enjoyed it except for Dino. Dino's like, no, don't. Like, this is not gonna happen. I don't want it to happen. So I dig that. Ken Gems, you're my favorite YouTuber. Can't wait till I see you hit 100K. Oof, that's a ways off. But yeah, I would love to, you know, to just grow the channel and just to have a community that large and help people out with their investments and all that stuff. So it could get there one day. I do think with the size of the rate Veve's growing, but I think it's mostly the Veveverse that would really kick it off and like make it mainstream. As of right now, like this minute, not too bullish on the Veveverse, but if it did become a better version of VR chat and you could do a bunch of cool things, yeah, like, that could really blow up, you know, assuming that basically VR and or metaverse, whatever, becomes mainstream in the next let's say 5 to 10 years. Like, yeah, it could really take off. Price prediction on Golden Moment Donald. Diego, what's up? I don't know why we're still staring at this. Let me close this. So Golden Moment Donald, I do think it'll do very well. Like, I'll be quite honest. And let me see if I can actually pull up my old tier list too, right? I think I still have it. What's up, resale? Sometimes I skip around in chat, so I apologize. So sometimes I'll see someone chat something, which is another thing. If you are a member, I'll probably just randomly read your chat off because it's gonna have a little logo next to it. I also do need to come up with an idea for badges too. So if you guys have any ideas for like badges as well, there's a little badge that's like next to your name if you like put up a membership. So right now I'm just using like the default logo for badges, but if anyone has any like better ideas or something I could do. Where the hell is my thing? Category. Okay, I think this is it. This is kind of like the start of my tier list. I can throw together the tier list really quick. So I think my tier list was something like this. This was like here. This was here. This was here. This was here. This was down here. This was down here. This was up here. I think this was above both of these. While it's up here. This is there, and this is like towards the bottom. I do think Lady of the Tramp will be the cheapest Golden Moment, just overall, just in general. But this is like my tier list that I had for a while. So I do think, honestly, C3PO will be number 3 for either forever or for a very long time. R2-D2 is going to be number 2, but I think these 4 right here are going to switch around like all the time. So Donald and Daisy, Elsa, Iron Man, like these 4 are going to be switching spots like all the time, just price-wise, in my personal opinion. It just depends on if we get more Marvel fanatics / people that really like Iron Man could go up. If we get a lot of Disney diehards, the Hat or Elsa or Donald will go up a lot. If we get a Fantasia Mickey, because the whole Steamboat Willie is part of a Mickey series. It says like the Mickey NFT collection. So if we get a Fantasia Mickey, Sorcerer's Hat could pump a lot and then become the new number 4. So I do think these 4 will like move around a lot, but as of right now, I believe it's like this for the most part. And this isn't just organized by price, right? Like I'm talking future potential and all that stuff. So I do think like, I don't know, let's just say 4 or 5 months from now, like Elsa's at 5, this is at 4.5, this is at 4, and like Iron Man's hovering around 4, and these 2 are switching around. I do think Donald and Daisy could be up there because Donald's a very big deal in like the Disney community. It's a double FA. Both are pretty significant figures. Maybe less so Daisy, but just Donald more. People just love Donald that are really into Disney for the most part. So I do think it can get up here, but it's gonna take some time to shake out all of the people that want it on drop that are going to eventually sell it for profit. So it's just going to take a while. So as of right now, it's like here, right? Somewhere around here. But as it just matures, I do think it's going to move up the ranks, given enough time. But that's just my take, but I could be wrong. I mean, at the very least, I could see at least these 2, like these all swapping around and stuff. But I just don't picture Donald and Daisy basically being as cheap as like Skateboard or Avengers logo forever. Like I do think it can get up here eventually. That's just my take. I can't give you like firm price predictions, but I do know like their popularity or price is probably going to be up here. He needs to Donald be big. I think so too. What's up, Daniel? Easily done. We egg only the great ones, and you're a great one. I appreciate that. You flatter me too much. Starting an account for my dad today, and he now has an Iron Man and Ben Reilly's. Dude, that's awesome. Good for him. Yeah, I think my brother got my dad on the app a while ago. I'm not even sure if I meant to actually call him the other day. I kind of just tell him how he's doing, but also just like how his Veve experience is going and how does he even understand like what's going on the app and drop dates and stuff. He's a big Star Trek fan, so I do think at some point during this dip, I do want to buy him a USS Enterprise, probably an ultra rare plus a board cube, and just give it to him. Might give it to him for his birthday, which is still a few months off, but I think it'd be kind of nice to give him that. Yeah, but Iron Man and Ben Reilly's are really good. I do think both of those, especially the Ben Reilly's, have a ton of potential to move, right? So I'll close this, pull up Ben Reilly. and Riley. E. I remember telling people to buy this when it was at like sub 600 gems. I'm like, dude, this is still a great buy. And it's still a great buy, even at 600 gems. Like when it was like down here, people were like, oh, yeah, I'm like, dude, it's sub 600, still a good buy. But little did we know we were going to be in a 1 month gem squeeze. But God, he was at 340 at one point. That is nuts. I'll be honest, I was really tempted the last couple days to either buy a golden moment, because right now I'm sitting on like 1,400 gems. And I was really tempted to like buy a golden. I was gonna buy like another Donald and Daisy, or buy a like even like 2 Lady and the Tramps. I thought about that too, or buying lenticular cards, or maybe I should buy an ultra rare comic instead, or 2 ultra rare comics. But I was like, you know, I'm just gonna hold off. I do think the gem squeeze is still continuing. Like I said before, like we're gonna have occasionally have these little bumps, right? You guys can see that, right? Where we're gonna have a slight uptick and go down, but like we're not gonna hit these levels again, like way up here, I think, until we have MTL. My personal opinion. There could be some movement that could cause it to like go up, but I just doubt it's gonna like skyrocket up to here until we get those people looking to cash out completely out, or until we get more specifics on exactly how MTL works. Because right now that's like the rough outlay, like, all right, you need 1,000 gems, this and that, but until we get everything finalized in the app and how it's gonna roll out and all that stuff, I just don't see us. I don't see Ben Reilly like going back up to 1,000 like anytime soon. It could take some time, but that's just my take on it. But Choo Choo, that's awesome. It's your dad picked some. I hope it sounds like you gave him some advice to pick up Iron Man and Ben Reilly, so that's really smart. Kid Rascal 2.0 already bought those cheap rare and low mints around 6K. For which ones? Kid Rascal. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. Maybe I missed something. I apologize. I don't know what you meant. Already bought those cheap rare, also low mints around 6K. I'm assuming, I think you mean comics. So you bought like the cheap rare comics and low mints around 6K. That's cool. Pals Brendan, what's up? Sick face? I don't know. Brendan Z, dude. I see you all the time in other streams but mine, so welcome. You also got to have the hit monkey icon too, or the what the hell do you call it? I don't know. Profile picture. Resale. Instead of doing the usual Patreon and YouTube membership, why don't you launch an NFT worth utility tied to you? Lime a groups or any other perk you're considering. Monthly is past, NFTs is future. Maybe I don't know. Like it seems like, I mean, like actually minting an NFT and doing all the stuff on OpenSea or whatever other platform I'm gonna do, it honestly just sounds like a whole lot of work. And if I have to deal with like gas fees as well as just you know, making the NFT, and I would ideally probably have to have someone that has like 3D art capability, or you know, I guess it doesn't have to be 3D, it could be 2D as well. But it seems like with the NFT, like I know what Cody Thrive is doing. Basically, it's a one-time purchase, and so it's like you get a lot of money up front, but you're not getting anything month over month, right? And I think there's a lot more to just NFTs rather than just like, oh, I'm just gonna make an NFT. Like there's a lot that goes into it, right? At least I would imagine it does. But resale, I agree. Something like that would be cool if it was super easy to do and people were interested. And I'm mostly doing the whole YouTube thing just because people already know me on YouTube. It's already integrated. I was even hesitant to like I was like, I really want to do stuff on Patreon because Patreon takes out less money. But then again, people might not. I'll probably still do a Patreon and make that mostly just a donor page or whatever. But even then, it's like, I think people are just so used to just being on YouTube and interacting with people with me there that like, even though YouTube takes 30%, which is more than Patreon, like everything's just so integrated and seamless. If I do a membership only stream, all I have to do is probably switch a button or a toggle and it just happens automatically. But with Patreon, it just takes a bit more like legwork. And making an NFT, I don't know. It sounds like it's gonna be quite a bit of work. But yeah, I mean, if enough people express an interest, I don't even know what the hell I would make it of, like an NFT. Like, I have no idea what I would make it look like or anything like that. So, but I'm sure you guys could come up with a cool NFT idea for me. JC 25 mil. Damn, how much more of a dip are we gonna have to endure? I think until MTL is fully rolled out, to be quite honest. I mean, we might see some spikes here and there, maybe with some of the Grails. A lot of people are going to have their ear to the ground on Twitter to look for any opportunity to pump. I said this exact same thing during Black Panther. I said Black Panther, my beat button on my keyboard is like kind of messed up. It doesn't work all the time. So sometimes it doesn't show the B. I knew this was going to happen with Black Panther too. What's the comment at? Okay, just shy of 100. So some people were actually right. I thought the comment would go for like 80, maybe 85 at the most. And I thought the uncommon was going to go for around this amount, probably closer to 60. Because I was like, dude, people are just starving for profit. You know, people are seeing this happening and people are going to be more than happy to sell their ultra rare for, you know, during drop for 500 gems just so they can reinvest that into something else, right? And yeah, it's like you look at the secret where it's at 1700, and I do agree. I don't know if I would still put Black Panther in Grail status, like the secret rare, but it's definitely up there. It's probably very, very high A tier. It's probably one of the most, it's probably one of the safer investments to have, but during a gem squeeze, it's just like, it's very hard to get some movement upward, right? Like everyone's just selling everything off to just either have enough gems for the next drop, or they're just trying to what's it called? Just have enough gems to you know, buy something else on the market, right? Like shit, there's gold, there's a lot of golden moments you could buy between 900 and 1600 gems right now. Like there's a lot, like you can buy like 7 different golden moments from that price range. Exactly speak. Need to catch up with chat too a little bit. If you had about 25k gems or so, would you hold them or jump on Walt? I've been listing from 23 to 28k the past 24 hours, and they keep getting gobbled up. If I had 25k, how many are on right now? I'd probably pull the trigger on a Walt. It's just hard because like that's a lot of money you'd have to put aside for a long time, right? If I had means of putting in more money into the app, I would. If I did not have any means of putting more money into the app, and like, let's just say I got super lucky and I sold a, like, I don't even know what I would sell to get me that amount. If I had the means to put more money in the app and just keep playing the market game, I would pull the trigger on a Walt. But if I didn't, just for the sake of like keeping up with the market and actually investing in different things, because like I feel like you really need to at least have some money or your hands in the market in different areas to really understand it. So just like buy, like the idea of just like buying a Walt and just like sitting on my hands for the next 3, 4, 5 years and just like waiting for stuff to happen sounds not only boring, but it's like it'd be hard to like give you guys additional value, right? Like in the market and stuff. So I would still buy, you know, like Todd and buy other great things. But if I had ways to invest more into the app, yeah, I would pull the trigger on a Walt. I would do it. Dawn Daisy behind Sorcerer's Hat. I would switch them around with each other. As of right now, yeah, it's way behind. Whoops. Yeah, as of right now, it's way behind. I'm thinking like 5 months from now. Brendan Z. I'm thinking like 5 months from now. I think those will all switch places. That's what I'm saying. And even if Donald and Daisy does pull ahead of Sorcerer's Hat, it might not be for very long, or, you know, whatever it is. I'm just thinking, and maybe I am putting too much value on, like, I do think Sorcerer's Hat's very high, but I think a lot of people really like Donald too. Evening, dude. How we doing? Hope you are well. Michael Stevens, I'm doing great. And it is early afternoon for me, so it's 1:20. I think we're down to like December prices. Getting there. Some NFTs are there, some aren't. Some NFTs are there. I know the snow globes. Snow globes are actually hitting an all-time low right now. Last time I saw. Let's look up snow globes. Snow globes are like an all-time low, and that's Coca-Cola, right? Everyone's like, Coca-Cola's huge. It is huge, don't get me wrong, but doesn't really matter during a gem squeeze. And again, like I think Coca-Cola needs to like do more than just snow globes, like super seasonal NFTs. Yeah, this is an all-time, or it was at an all-time low just the other day. Like the snow globe, the common snow globe is at 112. Now it's at 114, 116. And that's an all-time. That's lower than December. But of course, snow globe came out during December, so that's kind of hard to compare. We'll look at Batman. Risa, I really think you launching an NFT with utility would hold value and do way better, but I understand launching an NFT would be harder. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll look into it at some point, but I think there's a reason why not every VV content creator is launching an NFT. Like it's probably harder than it seems on the surface. Edson, what up, Vibes? What's up, dude? Olive, do you find it crazy people that are trying to justify a 10% withdrawal fee? I don't know, Olive. Like, to be honest, this VV is my first NFT project that I've ever been involved with or understand or done research on. Like, I've looked into OpenSea like a tiny bit, but I haven't like put any money into it or anything like that. So it's hard to justify. For some people, it's hard to justify 10% fee. For me, like that's all I know. Like, I'm not sure if that's high or that's low. I know some other platforms have no fee, or maybe a very, very small fee or flat fee of like $35 or whatever it is. So it's hard to say, but I think Sleepin' in Comics said it best. Like, the reason why the fees are so high is mainly for two reasons. Like, one, there's just not a lot of competition. Like, yeah, there's Recur and other stuff, but like nothing's really competing yet with Veve when it comes to like 3D digital officially licensed collectible NFTs. Like, there's nothing that exists like that yet. And then B, there's just not a lot of, regulation on the side of, the government and things like that. It's, they could impose certain rules and things like that, where withdrawal fees or whatever it is, or maybe with the MTL, who knows, right? Not entirely certain, but I do think the fees are more on the end of like the MTL side of things rather than Veve. I'm not entirely certain. Yeah, so I'm not exactly certain on that, but like 10% fee doesn't seem that high. I mean, from what I've heard, people that sell like physical collectibles and stuff on eBay, like that seems to be pretty standard. It's like a 10% fee for selling stuff for the most part. Like, just having the ability to invest gems on a platform that you could I would say easily, but you can 50%, 200%, 300%, 500% X, 5X your investments within the course of a few days. I mean, like, look, just even look at this. Like, you could have bought a snow globe at 133, sold it for 300. Like, look at that. That's a 2.5X. Like, maybe not 2.5, just a little bit over 200%. So yeah, like, if you can't time the market, yeah, you can make a ton of money. So I don't really have much to say about it, but other than that. And I'm not cashing out anytime soon, so it doesn't really matter to me. When the MTL does come out, I think I will cash out like 1 or 2 NFTs just to kind of get the experience and then make a video on the process of cashing out and how long it took and what the fees look like and all that stuff. So I think people will be interested in that. But other than that, no, I think 10% is fine. Not impressed with your gem count. The gem count, execu, whatever. Oh, no Gale Star. So you have any Pokemon cards? I do not. If I was like a physical collector, I don't know if I would get into. I feel like I would do all right in Pokemon cards. Like, one thing I've done really well on, just in general, is like when I get really interested in like a new topic or a hobby or whatever it is, like I spend a lot of time researching, picking people's brains, watching a ton of videos, and hanging out in certain online community groups and things like that, and on Reddit and Twitter and Discord and all that stuff. So I feel like I would pick up the nuance of like the Pokemon community, like the Pokemon card community, like pretty quickly. But mostly I just don't have the fiat to like invest hundreds or thousands of dollars into cards. So I did like Pokemon a lot, but not so much the cards. I don't know. Would be cool to collect some though. I'm not sure what I would collect. If I was like a physical collector, I'm not sure what I would collect. That'd be kind of tough to say. Maybe something involving like X-Men or something like that. I do like X-Men a lot. So maybe comics, maybe physical collectibles. It's hard to say. But Pokemon cards, I feel like you can't go wrong with that either. I think also financially too, it just like makes the most sense. It was about comics, but your chat is delayed. Yeah, well, I'm just slow with chat, reading chat. It's not, honestly, when you type something in chat, it usually shows up like 15 seconds later. I'm just delayed. It would hold value for the customer and so many more options. Yeah. I don't have that. I'm just curious what's motivating people to drop 25 grand in a crashing market. But yeah, that's, I mean, the reason to invest 25 grand is because the market is crashing, right? My Collectibles, thanks for the great info. No, thank you, sir. Thanks for the $2. I appreciate it. My Collectibles is another person I would love to bring on occasionally for my group stuff. So not that they won't come on during like my normal streams, but I would love to get some content creators on like my member exclusive streams and stuff like that. But my Collectibles has done a fantastic job dropping a lot of interesting content, and I think just giving, I think people, and I might do more of this, and I'm just kind of copying my Collectibles ideas, just giving more frequent updates, like what I'm doing, like with my vault in general, and what I'm going to do with my investing strategy and this and that. I think my Collectibles does a very good job of that, of kind of like giving people ideas about like, hey, I'm gonna buy this, but I'm keeping my eye on that, and this is kind of a speculative thing, and I think this is a really good buy. I can't afford it right now, but this is a good buy if you can't afford it. So I think doing more stuff like that, I do want to, I think people are kind of interested in like what I'm actually doing with my vault right now. Not much, I'll be honest. I'm just kind of like on standby, just like waiting for things to keep dropping. And again, I don't have a ton of gems to invest in something crazy, but I'm kind of on the fence right now whether with my last 1,400 gems, going for more of a stacking thing for some profit, or do I want to invest in like, who knows, like, I mean, there could be a chance like Iron Man could go down to like 1.4k and I'm just gonna like pull the trigger on it and like, cool, I got an Iron Man, cool. But then again, it's like, all right, well, I do want to be able to have enough gems to keep making moves over the next few months, because if I did buy Iron Man, I would have hardly any gems left to like do anything for the next like month and a half or so. Le Kangaroo. Oh wait, Messi Zeki speaks comment. Okay, no, I already read that. I traded my happy whistle Pluto. He has 2 Plutos, and I have a whole Mickey and F set. Okay, and Marvel Comics #1 for a Donald and Daisy Golden Moment low mint, 583 plus low gems. What do you think about this deal? I love it. Yeah, I mean, me personally, it's not a deal I would have done personally. I'm not a huge like low mint person. I guess in my mind, it's like, if you're gonna go low mint, you go all out and go like sub 100, because that's what everyone looks at. That's just me personally. Happy Whistle, you know, it's down. Pluto is down. You already have the whole set and stuff, and I'm assuming you already have like an extra of like Marvel Comics uncommon or something like that. So yeah, I think that's a fine move. If you have doubles, and that's kind of the power of having doubles, right? If you have a double of something, you don't feel as bad selling it for something else, right? And I'm not sure what your entry point is for those items either, right? Like, I don't know if you want Happy Whistle and Pluto on drop and like that's all profit, like it doesn't matter. You know, if it's all profit, that's great. Yeah, do whatever. But you know, if you're heavily in the negative and you made that move, yeah, I think it'd still be fine, like overall. Me personally, like I'm just, like if I was gonna get a low mint, I would either go all out or try to get like a very significant mint that is easily recognizable by the common person, right? So like if I got I don't even know, I'm trying to think of like a mint, because like what was the first Star Wars movie, like 1977, right? I think it was 77. Like if you got a Star Wars NFT with a number 1977, like most people could pick up on it, like, okay, that's a special mint. Not like, well, this mint was the day that the director started filming, you know, read the first draft of the script, or just something like a really obscure, or this is the day that this actor tied his shoe and, you know, on the set of this or whatever. Like it's just really obscure like numbers and stuff, but I think that's a fine move. Brandon F, hey Vibes, I got a Black Panther uncommon last night for $63. Thoughts? Dude, that's fantastic. I love the Black Panther. I love the uncommon pose, probably, I wouldn't say the most, because obviously the animated ones are really cool. My favorite ones are actually the uncommon and the ultra rare. I like that, like diving or like that falling stance, or like that pouncing stance that Black Panther has in the uncommon. And I really like just the simple backflip animation that he has for the uncommon. Not a huge fan of like the whole slashing animation. Like, don't get me wrong, that looks super cool. But I think paying that much extra for a secret rare, I can't see it, at least just aesthetically. Investing wise, yeah, probably secret rare is probably the better one to get. But at the same time, just aesthetically, I like the uncommon and the ultra rare the most. But yeah, dude, that's fantastic. I think last I checked, the uncommon is at last I checked, I think the uncommon was higher than that, right? Is that like 68 or almost 70 right now, I believe? I don't know, I haven't checked recently. Let's see. Let me open it here. Please work. Yeah, let's go. So let's look at the uncommon. Yeah, 73. Holy crap. Yeah, dude, you got it at a great price point. That's fantastic. And then what's the common at? Common is pushing 100. So people seem to actually been buying into this. And I think this is actually why a lot of people wait like 24 hours after a drop, is because it does seem like the price does go down quite a bit and then goes back up. People start reinvesting into it after the fact. Like, what's the rare at? So that's moved up. Last time I checked, rare was at like 120. Let's look at the ultra rare. Which one is it? What the hell? There it is. It's at 410. I remember there was a pretty significant wall at 400 for Black Panther for a while. So yeah, Black Panther's making moves right now. Is it going to kick off the market and everything's going to go up? No, but I think people are just reinvesting into Black Panther. I think people found that's it's going to be its bottom, and then it's only going to go up a little bit more from there. Bought a Ben Riley at 490, and like 2 hours later they announced Golden Moments. Really frustrated. 490. That's still a fantastic price. Sub 500. Like, yeah, is it 100 gems cheaper? Sure, but like I think in the grand scheme of things, it's frustrating, dude. Like, trust me, I was frustrated too when I bought my Mickey Sorcerer's hat at 4.4. Basically, it was like 4.35 something. Let's just say 4.4k. I bought my Sorcerer's hat at 4.4k because the article update that Veve put out didn't have Sorcerer's hat, the FAFE change. And once they updated it, they didn't tell anyone. Then the Mickey's hat started nosediving, and then they announced the Golden Moments, and it dove even more. So it's like, trust me, I have a ton of investments that I'm down thousands of gems, that just because I not necessarily mistimed it, but it was just bad timing, right? And there's just so many unknowns in the market, right? So I feel you had, it sucks. But I do think the market will recover once MTL is in full swing and we can shake loose all the people that are just here to cash out. Kenjim's not sure if you spoke about it, but what do you think about Black Panther Secret Rare? Do you think it can compare to Superman, Spider-Man, Ultra Rare? Will it get up there? I mean, well, first thing is, I know it has 2,800 mints, but if we look at, I mean, Superman has quite a few. Ben Riley, the Ultra Rare Ben Riley has 616 mints. I don't think it's gonna be Ultra Rare Ben Riley, or you said just Ultra Rare Spider-Man, not Ben Riley. I'm like, dude, Ben Riley Ultra Rare is a whole nother thing. Let's see, where's the Ultra Rare? It's at 6.5k. I think it'll pretty much do, it might go somewhere like in between Superman, in my personal opinion, somewhere between Superman and like Deadpool Secret Rare. Because right now Deadpool's at what? It might hover a little bit closer to Superman. I don't know why every time I type in Deadpool, it like just refreshes this whole thing sometimes. It doesn't like Deadpool with 2 O's, but it likes Dead P sometimes. There it is. Yeah, Secret Rare is right now 1,600, which is pretty much the same price as Black Panther right now. I think Black Panther is 1,700. Let me see. Secret Rare. 1,600. Well, it's probably at, let's see here. Like this one listing right here, Black Panther. It's probably at 1,699. Yeah. So it's pretty much almost the exact same price as Deadpool. So I think Deadpool will probably be somewhere between, or sorry, Black Panther will probably be somewhere between Deadpool and Superman. Maybe a little bit closer to Superman, like, you know, the halfway point, but I don't think it's going to be like, it's, you know, it's up there. It has more mints than Deadpool, but Deadpool does have like the sweater and stuff, which kind of works against it. Let me look at Captain America. And while I'm doing that, nobody will buy your NFT, dude. I probably agree, which is probably why I'm not going to bother making one. Like, I just don't see the point in it. And which is also probably why no other content creators are making an NFT. Lewis, do you think ecomi is worth the money? Ecomi Wiki is worth the money? Yes, I think so. Well, mostly I'm getting paid to kind of go over the charts, but yeah, I mean, if you can afford the 10 euro a month and you're really active in the market and you can like read the charts and you feel like you can time stuff pretty well, yeah, I would definitely say so. Like it's definitely helped me figure out what to buy, right? Secret Rare, Captain America, 2.8K. Yeah, maybe it's like, I would say I'd probably price it maybe a little bit above or around Captain America. Probably a little bit above Captain America Secret Rare, like the Black Panther. Even though it has basically triple the mints, I do think it's a pretty significant figure. The main thing that's holding this Captain America back is that it's not FA, right? But Black Panther is, so that's a pretty big deal. Let's see. I think there's something to be said for having 2 lower price grails over one of the most expensive grails on Veve. Should be easier to cash out eventually. Yeah, I think so too. Mandomi. I agree. I am in favor of typically buying 2 things that are cheaper so you can sell one off or do other stuff rather than just be stuck with it, right? And just kind of sit on your hands and you have to really ride the waves. Like, I mean, one of your NFTs can be down, the other one's up. You just sell the one, if you want to, you sell the one that's up and just reinvest or buy something else. Like you just have more options, I guess I should say. Even though maybe like the overall potential isn't as high as the single NFT, that's, you know, a grail of a grail. You're kind of just locked in at that point and your options are very, very limited. Rich Buddy, the reason the fee is high is because they thieves. They made them tons of money and they rip us off. We took all the risk, not them. That's not true. 5xing. What is a new person coming in to do? He'll assume he will get 5x. The platform is defunct for this reason. I mean, now's a fantastic time to get in, right? And the fact that, I mean, just looking at charts here, Captain America animated, Secret Rare has gone up to well over 6K multiple times. It's actually peaked and actually had resistance around 6K 5 different times over the course of like a week and a half. So, and we do have, I don't know how many gems we have just sitting in the app right now, but I mean, that's your opinion. I mean, you can believe what you want. If you're gonna get upset about 10%, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, Veve has literally created as of right now, a mini career for me, as well as just, I mean, I was able to turn a few hundred gems into tens of thousands of gems. So I'm more than happy to pay 10%. That's fine for me. You don't invest 20K into a up market. That's how you lose money. You always invest in a red market. Yeah, exactly. I mean, now is a pretty damn red market. And I will admit too, like, Captain America's Secret Rare, it's probably hitting its bottom right now. Like, I just don't see it going much lower. So if you're extremely bullish on Captain America, I'd probably still buy other things for 2,800 rather than Secret Rare Captain America. But if you really love the character and you want to hold it long term, like, now's a pretty damn good time to buy it. Do you have an Oculus Quest? I do not have an Oculus Quest. I do not, unfortunately. I maybe when the Veveverse and like metaverse and all that stuff comes out, or if I do want to, if there's enough people that want to like do stuff on Oculus or VR chat or whatever the hell, I don't even know what else you can play with it. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll get one. But Lee Wong, can somebody help? Whenever I open Veve, it said devices do not meet your security requirements. I do drops regularly. Never had this problem. My brother has the same problem. You might, Lee Wong, you might have to uninstall and reinstall the app potentially, as well. I had that same issue. It was a few drops ago when the market opened and it wouldn't let me open the app. I had that exact same error. It says like does not meet requirements or whatever. And I'm like, what the heck? And so I asked the people, I asked in Discord, one of the what do you call admins. I keep saying, I want to say like developers. One of the admins in Discord for Veve said I probably have to uninstall and reinstall the app. So just remember your login information, uninstall it, reinstall it. That should fix it. But I'm sure someone in chat has a better answer, or maybe like an easier way to fix it. But that's the only way I know of personally. Still got Steamboat Ultra Rare? Yes, sir. Still got it. Kind of getting more privy to the idea of potentially selling it, but I kind of want to wait till after all this kind of shakes out and really see how high I can go. Rather sell it at its peak and just see what I can get from there, in my opinion. Do you think Iron Man will drop below 1.4? Below 1.4? Unlikely, but there will be some people occasionally just trying to get rid of it as fast as possible, and it'll occasionally touch 1.4. Like Iron Man will probably go to like low 1.5, and then like occasionally someone will just get rid of it and be like 1,430, 1,480, 1,450, like whatever it is. Like it'll touch there occasionally. So like if you do watch it closely, I'm assuming over the course of, maybe a couple hours, you occasionally look at it, you might find some in the 1.4s. Looks like Iron Man is at 1.6 to 1.7 right now. Man, I am tempted. Hold your position. Dude, my friend did the same thing. He was kind of chasing an R2-D2. It was at 6.2, remember, just a couple days ago. We'll pull up R2-D2. And he started selling off a bunch of different stuff to try and get it. And then, or I think he wanted it at 6K. Because wasn't R2 at like 5.8 something at one point? Maybe I should just pull up the damn graph instead of just guessing. I could do that. Even though the graphs aren't always 100% accurate. Like, yeah, wow, R2-D2 is sub 6K right now. Yeah, because I could have sworn R2-D2 wasn't it going for like 5.5? Maybe not that cheap, but it was getting there. And so, yeah, it was at 5.2. And so my friend started selling off a bunch of stuff to eventually get there. And then it started pumping. I think he was trying to get it when I was at like 5.4 on the way up or something like that. And so then it went to 6K, and he's like, then by the time he had enough gems, it was already at 6.6, and I'm like, dude, you could just wait. He's like, oh, I just want to buy it. It could run away forever. Like, maybe, but I know. And that's the other thing too, right? Like, I think people kind of forget that, like, yeah, you can get an R2, and like, let's say you missed the bus on it at 6K, and it's going up. Like, there's so many other good things on the app to still invest in. Like, there's other golden moments. You could just get 2 C3POs, right? That gives you more options to keep one and sell another one for later. And it's also not going to be the first or the last time like R2-D2 is ever going to dip again. But essentially, he just chased on the way up, and then he bought it at 6.6K, which is fine. It's just better just to secure the NFT than to wait for the absolute bottom. But I said, like, dude, just be patient. I think the market's having a slight pump, and I said this 3 or 4 days ago too. I'm like, between now and MTL, like, the market's going to pump here and there. There's going to be slight upticks of 10 or 15%, but people are always going to take profit, and people, there's people just trying to take profit, or at least trying to get more gems before MTL comes out. So again, it's going to happen sometime around the MTL announcement, where things are finally going to take off. And it's going to take a while for R2-D2 to get back up to these levels again, because it's going to go up and down and up and down. It's going to look like this for quite some time, hopefully more on an upward trajectory. But it's just going to take a while. Like, it's massive pumps like this are still going to happen occasionally, but I think it's very hard to see R2-D2 just go from, let's say it goes up a bit, it goes up to 7K, go from like 7K to like 21K. Like, it's just unlikely. It's not going to do, it's kind of done doing a 3.5x, right? Yeah. Anybody else under 15 years old? No, not me. Do I look under 15? I had Ben and ultra rare animated Spidey at one time. Those two were hard to sell during a good market. I can't imagine them now. Yeah, I know what you meant. Palace Gang, what's up, Zachary Roy? I see you around. I also like your profile pic. Ben Casey, where's the extra capital when I need it? Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people right now are like VV rich, like NFT rich, but just like cash poor. It's kind of funny. Like everyone's been kind of talking about that. I'm in that scenario. My friends are. I think a lot of people on VV are like that, where it's like, oh, if I just sold up here, you know, technically back here. If I just sold at some point during January, you know, you could have sold your whole vault during January, during the pump. You know, again, it might have been kind of hard to sell stuff. And then just rebuy everything. Like you could have just 2 or 3x'd your vault, which is crazy to think about. But again, like no one can tell the future, right? So it's hard to tell. What to buy with 3K for future gains? Angelo Flores, pretty much. I don't want to say anything, but I would stick to DC, Marvel, Disney for now, especially if you're newer, like a more secure investment. For 3K, I would still just hold off for right now. It depends. And Angelo Flores. If you want like one big NFT, like if you just want one big NFT, I would say like C3PO. Even then, if you waited a little bit longer, you can maybe get like a better price. Let's actually check out C3PO. Because if you hold off, you could actually probably get a better price and like then pick up like another NFT or something. If you want to get like a few different NFTs, or if you want to like collect a set, like the lenticular card set, I think you can collect the whole lenticular card set now for like 2.5K or something like that, which isn't bad, and then like double up on a Donald or a couple Mickeys or something like that. Yeah, C3PO is going down as well. It's actually going back to hitting 2.6K. Still holding its value pretty well. Like I noticed a lot of NFTs kind of get caught up here during this like little retest that happened in like mid-January, like right here in the middle. See how it started like going up and then ticked down and went back up? Like I think that is like the actual floor or the support for some of these NFTs, because so many people have been buying C3PO for under 20, you know, 1,200 gems for like a long time. So I mean, it has a lot of room to go down, but it also has a lot of room to go up. So I would just hold off for now. So if you want a guy like one NFT, maybe wait a bit longer and you can pick up like C3PO. If you're trying to get a few, there's the Disney lenticular cards. If you like Batman stuff more, I don't know. Is there any? And again, are you trying to do it short term, long term? Are you into flipping? Are you trying to like buy some NFTs and like not look at the app again for 6 months to a year? There's Tinley, should I sell or hold Omi, everyone? That's up to you, dude. Good afternoon, VV Vibes. What's up, Clint Dows? Villy, when next bullish wave begins, I think Silver Age SR Comics will have good gains, even though we have been in a bearish market trend. Most of those SR Comics have only 20 to SR Comics listed on sale. True, yeah. And I think that's the other thing too. You have to look at like the total. You have to look at the total listings, but at the same time too, you also have to expect that people are going to start listing their comics once the price goes up, right? Like the second, because for SR Comics, sometimes like if there's 2 listings that get sold, the price goes up like 20 or 30%, and immediately, instead of, you know, like you said, 20 listings, it goes from 20 to 17. But all of a sudden, people see the price goes up 20 or 30%. Or sometimes, I don't want to say, you know, depending on which ones, probably not 50%, but it'll go up like 30%. And then all of a sudden, now 5 more listings show up, right? At least that's the way I've noticed that collectibles kind of work. Maybe comics are a bit different. Yeah, not entirely sure, but that's part of the reason why part of me wants to start investing in like either secret rare or ultra rare comics and just kind of stick with those. Those definitely seem to be more slow and steady and less reactionary to the to like gem squeezes and like bearish markets. No one will buy your NFT is extremely short-sighted. An NFT came with value. Why would you not buy it? Yeah, I mean, there's tons of variables. Resell, why it would happen, right? Like, depends on what it looked like, depends on which platform, how much it is, what kind of value am I bringing, how consistent can I be with it. Is there going to be future NFT drops? Like, there's so many other variables that go into it. So I get what you mean, and I appreciate the sentiment of like making an NFT. Like, it is cool, but I'm no artist and I don't know what things. Yeah, you know, I don't know. Clint Dowles, I think My Collectibles said he's working on an NFT, but I don't think his focus is to profit other than NFT creation. And if he hits, he hits. Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know, like, I would love to see his project like unfurl and have it be super successful, and I would love to pick his brain as to like how he did it. He does have experience on OpenSea, I believe, or at least like other NFT projects. I do not at all whatsoever, so that's probably why I'm pretty hesitant to do it in general. Superman is king of pump and dump. Pump and dumb. I know what you mean. I kind of like that too. Pump and dumb. Yeah, pump and dump. It's DC, right? Popular character, DC, 2.5% fee. Lots of people are happy to buy it for 4K, resell it for 4,200, make 150 gem profit. Like, that's pretty decent. You do that enough times before you know it, you get an extra, you know, you do that twice. You have 300 gems and now you can buy a lenticular card for free, you know, free. But personally, I think you can't go wrong if you create NFT, if you're making your content long-term, and your content, I think, is personally great. I appreciate that, Clint. I appreciate that. This is the worst time in history to sell OMI. I agree. I don't know. It's looking just like this market. Like, if you bought C3PO, you know, let's say on the uptrend, like this is OMI at 0.001, right? Or 0.00 or whatever, right? And it's going up, and let's say you bought it here, like now is the worst time to sell it. I don't know. That's just my take. If you need the money today and you're not going to survive rent or survive food or whatever it isn't, sure, do what you need to do. But if you're just panicking just for the sake of panicking and you think there's another move to be made, I mean, you kind of have to question why you got into OMI in the first place, right? If you're not going to do it long term. Can you check Amanda Connor Batman? Yes, I can. I'll just pull up Batman in general. The Batman. Super rush. If anything, it's really good time to buy OMI, but might be good to hold out for a couple hours or wait a day or two and see what happens, or if stuff escalates. Yeah, I agree. And like, this actually might be, you know, I do need more fiat, but like, this actually is a good time to buy OMI. I don't own any OMI, but my brother and my friend have been telling me, and you guys too, been telling me to buy OMI for a while. And there's actually been, I think, 1 or 2 other people that told me that they wanted to like give me OMI or donate it, just, you know, no different than you know, donating $2 or whatever. People might want to give OMI instead if that's their prerogative. So there might be some points where I'll do I don't know, I still need to figure out the whole like OMI wallet thing or Coinbase or whatever. Not Coinbase, but Jesus Christ, what's the platform that OMI's on? See, I don't even know. Like, I need to do more research into it. Just kind of busy with the market and like my own stuff right now. I guess that's probably my obsession with like Veve, because like everything NFT and market related is like happening now. And so is OMI, don't get me wrong, but like it just seems, in my mind, it just seems like OMI's so far away when that's not necessarily the case. Like, it could get on exchanges like in the next month, like multiple exchanges, which is obviously very bullish. But then again, it's part of me is like, all right, if I did put in money, I'd rather just put it in Veve and just get these good deals now. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being short-sighted. Or something to sell OMI when it was like 0.0014, like in August of last year. That error can also be caused by VPN or device too old or update. That too. Resale, yeah. So Mike Collectibles here. How's it going if you're still here? I think Mike Collectibles is just stopping by to say hi, so I appreciate the hi and the donation. We're supposed to look at Amanda Connor Batman. That's right. My bad. What about it do you want me to look up? Ultra rare for 888. Let's go. Let's see. Let's check it out. Maybe if the graph starts loading. There it goes. I'm gonna minimize that. Also, I noticed like I keep like hunching. I need to like really correct my posture. My chair is up. Okay. Yeah, I need to do something to like, this is technically me sitting up my chair, but I'd rather just do this. I can't keep that posture though forever. Let's see here. Yeah, this is kind of like where I was thinking, like it's already blown past this like level of not support, but remember what I was talking about? Like usually the first couple weeks of January, a lot of NFTs like pumped a bit, like halfway up to where it was, then it like goes down. There's like a retest and it started really taking off. This is like beyond that now. Now it's starting to push levels. Like now it's starting to just test the people. Like I think some people are just straight up selling this for a loss at this point, or the only people that are selling bought it like in like August or something like that of like last year. Like people that basically got it on drop for $70. So yeah, this is super interesting. Listings have gone down a ton too. Let's actually just pull it up on my phone. Like this is getting me interested. Okay. Not DC Battle Statue, which is another thing, dude. Battle Statue is just getting absolutely choke slammed. on the market right now. It's at 600. Like, I feel bad for anyone that bought it for above a grand. You know, it is what it is. But let's see here. So we got it here. It's not it. Darwin Cook. Jason Fabik. Amanda Connor. Ultra rare. 888. Wow, that's a hefty undercut right there, dude. Hell. Yeah, that's a pretty big undercut. I mean, but it's been sitting there for a while though, because this market update was from 56 minutes ago. So yeah, dude, someone just discounted that by 100 gems. But then again, it's like, if we just look at the market, no one has seen it yet. Not so much no one has seen it, but I think just no one wants to buy it. Because I mean, if we just look at this trend, it's just been going down and down and down and down. Like, and typically, you know, because this is a similar looking chart, right? Like, if we look back here, okay, you guys can still see, right? Let me close this. Because at one point there was, it was at 1250, and then probably someone just randomly listed one for 1,050, so it's 200 under floor. Someone bought it, but now it just goes back up to floor price, right? So, I mean, I wouldn't blame anyone if they bought this, but at the same time too, it's like, it could just get to that price in 2 days. Like, someone could just then list one for, someone could then just list one for, you know, 930, then now it's at 890, then now it's at 880, and then before you know it, you're right back to where you were or where you bought it 2 days ago. So, again, I wouldn't blame anyone if they bought it, and I'm not suggesting you guys do, not financial advice, whatever, but it is 100 below floor. But yeah, the one nice thing is, like, the listings are getting pretty low. Only issue is, like, right now, I do think DC will have its day where it's going to really shine. Like, Superman and Batman and all the other DC NFTs will pop up. But right now, just like all the hype is like Disney moments, lenticular cards, which is me too, right? I'm not saying like Batman and DC won't do well ever. I just think they just need more time to massage out all the people that are just like buying it to flip it and get it out, right? And I think, unfortunately for DC, it's just going to take 2 or 3 times longer to like get rid of those people than it will be for Disney and like Marvel. Not saying they don't get them, but I think mostly it's just the fee that shies away most people. All right, so let me catch up with chat. Would you sell Penguin and Pluto to be able to get a secret rare Black Panther? Okay, let's look at Penguin. Penguin should be here. I think he's probably up more. Penguin should be here. Oh, there he is. I passed him. Brian Bolland. Penguin. FA. Rare. And then this one's about the same price. I don't know. Penguin's got some like decent looking ish charts. Like, he's got a lot of resistance on the way down. Like, people really liked it when it was above basically 1100. Like, there's a lot of resistance on the way down. Damn, dude, I can't believe at one point this was going for 630. That's crazy. I don't know, personally, part of me wants to tell you just to hold it, because then you have to start undercutting, and then you might just exacerbate the dip even more. Then before you know it, instead of selling it for 775, you end up for selling it for 710 or something like that, which isn't that big of a deal. Part of me wants to tell you to hold it, but both of those, one's DC, one's a lenticular card. I would just hold on, to be quite honest. I don't know. Black Panther secret rare though. So the real question is, like, let's say Black Panther went up to 3K, right? So right now you can get them for 1.6 or 1.7. So it can go up, let's say 1.3K, whatever, doubles in price. Do you think you can make up basically 700 gems between Penguin and basically 700 gems between Penguin as well as Pluto before basically secret rare Black Panther goes up to like 3K? Possibly, because that's how I look at it, right? Or at least that's what I look at it. So like, basically, will Pluto hit 1,300 gems and will Penguin hit 1,400 gems before Black Panther will hit 3K? I don't know. Black Panther Secret Rare does have a lot of mints. That's the only thing that kind of shies me away. I'm not sure also when you bought those too, Mr. JKD Rob. I would say if you're in the red on those, I would just hold it, dude. Me personally, both of those are pretty good, and I do think they have a lot of room to grow. Like, so does Black Panther, but I do think with Black Panther being, and like the lenticular card is super recent too, so but I do think with Black Panther being so recent, I do think there's going to be a lot of people still willing to sell it over the next few months that bought it at box price and just help the price just dip more. So again, I could be wrong, but again, we're also just splitting hairs too, right? I like the option of being able to have 2 NFTs to sell at any point you want rather than just one, and now you're just writing that, right? So I don't know, that's my take. You can't go wrong with either, but I do think just holding is better right now. Chase R2 pulled the trigger on him at 9.4K, 16 hours before Valentine's Day Golden Moments announcement. Massive oof. Yeah, dude, I feel that. Yep, everyone has a story like that, so don't feel alone. That it's funny, like I think one of these days I do want to have like a post your like worst buy, or like post your worst like investment thing, just so we can all just have that what's it called, cathartic moment where we're all just like, yeah, we all made terrible buys, right? We've all made terrible buys, terrible sells, like whatever it is. Like we've all found that terrible timing that just really are just like, oof, like I could have gotten, you know, 2 of these, or if I just waited, I could have got the NFT I bought plus like, or I could have bought 2 NFTs of the thing I want if I just waited. Like it happens. What was Silver Golden UR Dragon Girl all-time high? What's your opinion about it? I think that's another one I think that could actually do Dargan. Dragon Girl uncommon? No, Dragon Girl, you said silver golden, right? Dragon silver gold, so the ultra rare. What's my opinion? I think the Dragon Girls could actually do like pretty well on platform as well. Like I think they would actually do better off platform. Like I'll be honest, I do think a lot of the NFTs, depending on how it plays out, might actually do better off platform. But this is like a big oof. Like how long have been Dragon Girls been around? These are like season 2, right? At least this version. May 13th, 2021. No, these are the season 1 version. There's like another version they released later. I think Dragon Girl Gold. I think that is the yeah, I think that's like the season 2 version, which yeah, I think Dragon Girl is actually pretty good. Like they were the last NFTs to drop that were season 1. They look great. I really like the look of them. Personally, I do like the common and uncommon a bit more because it actually shows off like the tattoo art and stuff. But yeah, but this is a big oof on the Dragon Girls. Listings are down by 10 because again the delister, the auto delisting helped with that. Interesting. Why is the chart like by the month? There we go. And I can get some weeks in here. I think it's fine, but personally for 2,500 gems, again, I'm just biased. I'd rather buy DC, Marvel, or Disney instead of Dragon Girl Silver Gold. Not that I think it won't do well, but I just think those other ones could do better. Like, I mean, hell, you can get like, what's the price at now? I saw it. 2,500. You can get Iron Man and a, what's another thing for like around $1,000? And Amanda Connor right now, if you wanted to. Ultra rare Amanda Connor. Like I'm trying not to be biased and just do like and just do you know, Disney Mickey, you know, Disney, almost ate shit. And just constantly just do Disney Marvel. Like I do think those will perform the best, but again, I don't think these are bad. And again, I think the biggest catalyst for things like Dragon Girl, Little Friends, Apes, and even some of the 2D art is like the off-platform stuff. Like if we could sell these on Immutable X or OpenSea, I think these could do extremely well. But again, it's speculative. Some people might not want to buy it off-platform because they'd rather have all the cool features that comes with the NFT on Veve. So we'll have to see. But if you're one of the first people off app with one of this stuff, and you can just, all it takes is one person that's an ETH millionaire, or that they don't even have to be an ETH millionaire, but just have a lot of ETH to potentially buy this up. Like that's all it takes. My daughter got me into Veve. She has a master's in digital marketing and would love to be in this Veve space. You mentioned earlier about needing help. I mentioned it a few weeks ago. Comments. Cool Mo. Yeah. Help you with marketing on this channel. Tinley about more. Yeah, I wasn't still not exactly sure how I would necessarily like market myself or anything like that. It does seem like the Veve community is pretty like tight knit. For the most part, I think mostly it's just collabing. I think I need to find a way to collab with some other, you know, quote unquote bigger content creators, right? Ones with more subs than myself. I think it's completely great that I'm collabing with other people, but I think I need to do like more videos as well as collabs and some other things. Probably be more active on things like Reddit and, you know, Discord, of course, and some other platforms where there are a lot of the other Veve people congregate for information or ideas and stuff. So there's that as well. But it does seem like, you know, early on, a lot of the Veve OGs have taken up a lot of this space in YouTube. And I'm not like, it's not like I think they're taking up my viewers or my subs or anything like that, but they were just early, and a lot of people, you know, they just grew very quickly. A lot of their interviews and stuff involved like Veve, you know, like the Veve executives, like really early on. Like I'm surprised by like the amount of interviews that like Veve OGs had with like literally David Yu or Reese or Alex, like just like early on. I'm just like, wow, like this is crazy. And so so they kind of have that leverage. But I think now like Veve's to the point and they're so busy where they're so big where they probably only want to stick with the Veve OGs, as well as just not do it nearly as much. Like I mean, they're pretty much in full swing right now with stuff. But yeah, like I said, hit me up on Twitter if you're you know, have your daughter like message me on Twitter or anything like that to kind of like bounce some ideas off me or anything like that. Like, to be quite honest, like I don't think I'm in a position right now to like pay for services or anything like that, which is why I'm kind of just doing a lot of the legwork on my own when it comes to like making emotes and marketing myself and all that other stuff. But we'll see. Like I would love to kind of pick her brain, or maybe if I know another influencer that is willing to pay for certain services, I could help her out there too. So Palace Jerry, Kovar Ubias, I think I got that. Kovar Ubias. What up, Veve Vibes? What's up? You're in the Palace gang, it seems. You're not the only one. The Palace is in the building. Vibe check afternoon time. Yeah, pretty much. I didn't do a vibe check this morning. I was busy doing something else, so I'm doing an afternoon vibe check. Can SR Panther reach R2-D2 valuation? Unlikely, to be honest. Like, I think R2 has too much going for it. First appearance of Star Wars, first appearance of R2-D2. It's a golden moment, which I think that in and of itself is like a value add, that it's a golden moment, in my personal opinion. So, like I said before, I think Black Panther is going to price itself probably around the Secret Rare Captain America, but it's going to be a bit higher. So, if anything, it's going to be between Captain America and like Superman, like price-wise, in my personal opinion. And obviously more than Secret Rare Deadpool, because that Secret Rare Deadpool right now is like the same price as Secret Rare Black Panther. Can I start evaluation? DRM, how was Superman a pump and dump? He was 600 in November. Yeah, let's pull it up really quick. I don't think he means pump and dump in the formal sense of like, you buy it low, you pump it high, and you sell it off, and it just like never recovers, and it just starts nose diving, right? I just mean, I don't think you mean what I said, but someone else said Superman's a pump and dump or whatever. I think DC in general is just the flipping NFT that everyone goes for. So DC, like if you go for like the certain Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, that stuff, like those ones people just tend to flip a lot because other people want Superman, and it's very easy, at least in my mind, to buy it at 3,800, and then once it goes up to 3,950 or 4K, I could just list it, right, and sell it and make a pretty decent profit, because all you need is the 2.5% listing fee. Makes it pretty easy to flip and get some pretty quick profit out of it. And it's, Superman. People want to buy Superman, right? And because once it hits 4K, I list my thing, that just kind of hard stops it from progressing, right? and people start undercutting me, and like, you know, it's basically, it's like it can't just like keep running up. Like every time it hits certain thresholds, it's like people are just gonna start undercutting and or start posting their stuff. And that's not exclusive to DC. Like every NFT deals with that. It doesn't matter if you're Disney or Marvel or whatever, but because the 2.5% fee with DC, it just happens more frequently. Like just more often you have those stops where there's those sell walls where people are trying to undercut or people are just trying to take some quick profit. Like it just happens more often with DC, which just makes it harder for it to go up, at least in my opinion. I think that's what he meant by like pump and dump. If you compare it to the 8.5% fee NFTs, then yeah. Let's see. Web check for new. Some websites offering 50% off Omi. That could have some effect in this. Possibly. Yeah, I thought I saw a website that said like they're offering what 100,000 Omi for 50% off. I don't know if that's per person or overall. Probably per person, right? Because Omi isn't. You can buy a lot of Omi with. You can buy up a lot of that for how much? So, Black Panther ultra rare or Donald Duck card? Interesting question. It's so hard to get an evaluation on Black Panther, right? It's like it was basically birthed at the very. I think we're getting towards the tail end of the gem squeeze. Hopefully, it's hard because it's just appearing in the middle of the gem squeeze, so it's really hard to know the upper limit. The best we can do is compare it to, wow, there's a Black Panther for 1550 right now. Is that correct? Let's see if anyone bought that Amanda Connor. Nope, no one bought it. Looks like someone else delisted theirs. Let's look at Black Panther. It should be down here. There it is. Secret rare. Is it really for 1550? Someone must have bought it by the time it was pulled up. 1600 though. It's getting there. But you said ultra rare Black Panther. Or the Disney. Wow, it's under 300 again, or 400. Or the Donald card. I think the ultra rare Black Panther might. I don't know. Let me see. Where's how many mints does this have? It doesn't say on here, does it? Ultra rare. 5,800. I mean, potentially Black Panther has like a higher upper limit, but I do think the Donald lenticular card is going to recover better from this gem squeeze, in my personal opinion. So, but then again, I do think the Donald card is going to do fantastic. I think it's going to be one of the better cards to own. I think it's gem for gem. It is the best card to own, which is the Donald card. Black Panther is just too new. It's in the middle of a gem squeeze. I don't know the upper limit of this. Like the best we can do is compare it to like kind of Captain America and kind of Deadpool and kind of Storm and kind of Invisible Woman. Like you can kind of draw some comparisons there, but it's like, it's super popular. It's like a top, I think I read a few articles, like it's a top 8 superhero. It's like a number 8 for like most popular superheroes. I don't know if that's just in the US or internationally. But then again, it's like, okay, that kind of gets offset that it's in a gem squeeze. It's also kind of offset for the fact that it actually has pretty high mints comparatively to the other like ultra rares that I mentioned earlier. So it's just hard to put an evaluation on it. Honestly, with me just being biased, I would say the Donald card. But what is the Donald card at right now? Donald. It's at 500, so it's a 100 gem difference. I'd probably still pick Donald. That's just my opinion, even though it has basically double the mints. That's just my take. But you can't go wrong with Black Panther either, right? Like, you can't go wrong with either. I think your head is in the right place, but I think either is fine. If you do pick up the ultra rare though, and you have those extra like 100 gems, I'd probably pick up a ghost spider. I think that's probably one of the best NFTs to buy for under 100 gems. Is there a dash here? Is there a dash? Let's see. Yeah, for 76, gosh, she's below 80 gems right now. I do think a lot of people really like Ghost Spider, and I do think a lot of people are stacking her like behind the scenes. I'm sure there's another NFT I'm forgetting for under 100 gems. That's a good buy. Probably, I don't know, Deadpool. So I don't think you can go wrong with the Disney lenticular card, Donald, or if you go with the ultra rare Deadpool, Black Panther, and then also get a rare Deadpool for 100. Yeah, or a common, or you know, whichever one. Like there's options, right? So my answer. Oh wow, I forgot I had this up the whole time. I think you kind of get the gist, but so my answer is you can go with either. I like the lenticular card a bit more, but then again, I think you can't go wrong with Black Panther. Goat of Goats, thank you so much for the $2. Do you think Secret Rare Black Panther go down? It's already going down. And I do think as we get more announcements, I think Veve is going to be sneaky and do one more. I don't know if they're going to do like a massive announcement. They'll probably pull out something for like Sunday or Monday. I could definitely see them doing something on Friday or after Saturday's drop, for like between the drop, the 007 drop, like basically between the 8 o'clock and the 12 o'clock drop. They might announce something for Monday, which could be like another big drop, which could cause the gem squeeze to continue, especially for Black Panther. I would say wait. Personally, I'd say wait. I think I do think actually Secret Rare Black Panther will go for cheaper. I had Deadpool pulled up earlier, so I think it can maybe go cheaper than Deadpool, only because it already is cheaper right now. But because it's just so new, right? Lots of mints, and it's so new that there's tons of people that are on the fence. Because remember, there's 2,800 mints for, that's the ultra rare. There's 2,800 mints of Black Panther. Let's say only like, even if half the people sold, right? That just wanted profit, they sold it and they're done. There's a whole nother half of people that are like on the fence of like, all right, should I sell this and maybe get a golden moment, or get this Batman, or get, you know, stack a bunch of you know, ghost spiders or whatever. There's people thinking that right now, right? People want to buy other things instead. So do I think it could still go down? I think so. I could think it could still move down. Not financial advice, but I think it could still move downward, in my opinion. Why did the music stop? Next song. Let me catch up really quick. I think I'm behind chat. Yeah. Pump and dump. Holy shit, I'm behind chat. All right, I'm gonna double time it. I know I say that every time and I still fall behind chat, but Donald Duck FE card. What up, Paulo? Listening. Want me to work. Love content. Been here since pre 800 subs. Yeah, I thought about doing something cool like that because I think I could see the whole list of people that subbed and when. So I think I might do some cool thing for like my first 100 subs, then my first 1,000 subs, and I can make a list of people that are you know, frequent enough in the chat. So I might have a day where I might do something cool. I don't know what it is, but I think it would be cool to have like a you know, a sub 100 group or a sub 1,000 group. I think that'd be kind of cool. But Omi homie, I appreciate it, dude. The OG Omi homie. Most items in that price range have been doing the same thing. DRM, yeah, I'd say so too. Everything's pretty much dropping, and maybe all those things people value equally, so they're selling them for each other. Who knows? He has more eyes on him consistently, kind of easily to tell, my opinion. Yeah, not gonna lie, I FOMO'd into Amanda last night, so I was just curious what previous charting looked like. I'm in at 899. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, this person just slightly undercut you, but it does seem like Amanda Connor is kind of at her at the lowest. At least I kind of hope so, right? Let's look at the chart again, and I'll go through here. There's a 3-digit C3PO at floor price. I wish I could buy it. Ooh, time to sell or buy. Bernardo, buy, but I would still hold. So if you have gems, I don't know what you're talking about. If you're talking Omi, hold. If you're talking about hold and buy, and if you're talking about Veve NFTs, hold and buy, but maybe wait a couple days, maybe a day, whatever it is. Wait for the Saturday announcement, if there is one. If you had the following, if you had all the following, which would buy another of for 3K stash, 1 year plus C3PO. Okay, sorry, just the way you phrased that phrase was a bit weird. Maybe I'm just an idiot for not reading it correctly. 1 year plus C3PO, Black Panther, ultra rare for number 42, or 9x mini lenticular. If you had 3K, I would first off, I would still get Donald's over minis. I know I was gonna look up Amanda Connor, but I'm just forgetting that right now. Minnie's at 326. Donald is a bit more. I mean, you can go with either, like Donald or Minnie. And again, we're splitting hairs, right? Like whether you want to go with daisies, I do think Minnie will probably do better than Daisy. But Minnie Mouse hit a all-time high of 700, no, 650, almost 700, you know, ish. So people are willing to pay. I mean, let's just even take the second one, so 600. I mean, Donald ran pretty hard. So what is that mathematically? It's like 50% more you would have to pay. 158, yeah. So for 50% more, you can grab a Donald. And it's ran up to 1130, but yeah, maybe it's gotten to the point where like maybe gem for gem, some of the best things to buy. I mean, I still think Donald's fantastic. Any of the lenticular cards are going to be fantastic. I just think Donald could probably run the hardest, but I think maybe gem for gem, like Minnie Mouse, is pretty darn good. Same thing with Daisy or Mickey. Like any of them are good. Like it's hard to tell now, but back in the day when the drop kind of like initially happened, like Donald was like 50 gems away from like Mickey and like 70 gems away from Minnie. Like that was like the best thing to buy. Yeah, that's kind of hard. Which is best for 1 year? I would say if you're gonna hold for a year and like not look at the app, go with C3PO and Black Panther ultra rare. I probably wouldn't focus on the low mint stuff too much. That's just me personally. I think the low mint game, it's too much of a premium to make it worthwhile, and it's gonna take you a while to sell off. But if you're not looking to sell it anytime soon, maybe it's not a bad idea. But the 9X mini thing, like that's gonna take some legwork on selling it on the market, trying to find good price points, and like that's a lot to sell, right? You don't want to list them too frequently, or you don't want to list too many, or else you're gonna drive down the price. But then again, there's gonna be a lot of big announcements between now and next year, right? Or you know, a year from now, that you're gonna have to sell those off, or many might be at, you know, a year from now, let's just say 1,000 gems. You know, you're gonna have to sell one off at 1,000, then a big announcement happens, now it's down to 850. So you do you want to wait and then sell off? So it's like, if you're really active in the market, I think gem for gem 9 minis is the best. But if you just want to like buy them and just like not do anything with them for a long time, probably the first option, the C3PO and Black Panther. It's gone now. What is Veve membership approval? Essentially, and I probably already got approved. Let me actually check my my Gmail, because if you haven't noticed, like a lot of other YouTubers have membership where you can basically like sub, like it's like Twitch. You could sub to them, you get emotes and all that stuff. So if you guys didn't know, I already made some emotes yesterday. I made 2 simple ones and ones that I think look kind of cool, at least in my opinion. So like here's like this simple one where it's just a down arrow. It kind of has like the same logo that I have for like the down circles and stuff like that. So this is just like crashing emote. That's a upward trend emote, so it's going up. But the ones I do like the most, which is probably this one, so it's like Veve in a, you know, like a neon light setup, and then Vibes in this kind of like light setup. So essentially you can use these emotes in chat and stuff. And so this is good. For me, the first tier is like you get access to the emotes plus like member chat, and then the tier 2, which is higher, you get access to the emotes again, but then you get access to the member only streams. So like the tail end, like the last 30 minutes of each of my streams, maybe not every stream, but most of my streams, it'll just be for members only, and you guys can ask me anything. You guys have my undivided attention. Maybe occasionally I'll have on other content creators that will talk about comics or things like that, or we just don't talk about Veve at all. We just shoot the shit for 30 minutes and don't talk about anything necessarily related. So plus I think if you're also in that tier as well, I'll be bouncing ideas off of you guys for like, hey, I was thinking about making this video, or I was thinking about updating this emote. What do you guys think? I'll probably be doing a lot of like community polls, as well as just like video channel ideas and kind of running it by you guys. So obviously take your opinion into higher consideration than just like generically in my streams. So yeah, so that's it. Just generically, I do want to add like more features, as well as more just more. I think I'm actually not logged into the right one. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna close that. As well as just like more things that you guys can enjoy, right? So oh nice Ashton, oh nice SR Aston 107,000 gems or 1,007 gems. Is that how much it is? No way. Is that it? Medium article on 007 drop released. Okay, we'll check it out really quick. Hey there, VV Vibes. Think Walt can go lower. I seen him hovering. I see him hovering around 25 to 30K. Anything under 25 gets swooped. I think you asked me earlier this, Mac Juice, right? Or is it someone else? I would, if you can buy it, I would buy it. I would hold, you know? I would hold. I think it can possibly go lower. I do think this gem squeeze will probably go on for like another week or 2 weeks. It just depends on how quickly MTL comes out, in my opinion. Let's see here. Let me pull up Veve. Thoughts on Uncommon Spider-Man? I think it's great. Like, any of those Spider-Mans are great to buy. In a more speculative sense, I think Ben Reilly has the most room to move, and I believe it's also cheaper than the Uncommon Spider-Man. But like, if you just want a safer bet and you like the look of the Uncommon Spider-Man, it's still great, you know? I think at a certain point we're kind of just splitting hairs, but for the most part, I do think Uncommon Spider-Man's great. 300 bucks for the Bond cart? Really? Let me see this. Let me check this out. Just making sure I don't miss anything else either. Okay. Cool. I'm going to pull up the Medium article over here. Comes a VV with 2 ultra rare premium drops this Saturday, February 26th. So, okay, so the ultra rare, the static version is 8 a.m. and then 12 p.m. noontime is the 2 interactive secret rares. No time to die, blah, 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 who cares? Flavor text, who cares? The static ultra rare, okay, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's Ashton Martin. 307. Dude, what is 007 thinking? I know if Dino saw this, he'd be like, who do they think they are? Trying to like 307 gems. What? Dude, what is the people over at 007 just smoking? They must have negotiated this in like late 2020 where they had like no idea what was going to happen or what the typical list prices were going to be or anything. Like it's the only thing I can think of. Like either like really late 2020 or like early 2021 because these like list prices are just crazy. Thanks for the reply, man. I bought Penguin for 486 in December and flipped a few times. Bought back low each time. I got Pluto on drop. Good advice. Will hold for the time bank. Yeah, I would just hold, dude. Especially if you want them on drop, just hold. Like it's all gonna be profit in the other. And how much is this one? 1,007 gems. Wow. 507 editions. I did not think they would make it this rare, right? For both 7 editions. Ooh, what are they? That's crazy. Do they look different? Let me see. No, they look the same. I don't think there's any difference. It's just a different angle, which is why it looks maybe a little bit different. Wow. 507. Dude, I don't even know. This is crazy to think about. There's just like no way. Like, as much as I hate to say it, I think these are just gonna go straight to bots. Like I with that low of additions, like even if we block 30% of the incoming traffic, like they said last AMA, to bots, all you need is literally a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a percent of bots to go through, and they will scoop all 514 of these secret rares. Yeah. Is there any difference of this? Is this just like you can open up the doors and that's it? Drive the iconic on a picturesque coast with a pair of miniguns that emerge from the front headlamps, opening doors, steerable wheels, and a license plate. Okay. So this has guns that show up. I mean, oh my god. I mean, we all wanted the Aston Martin, but we didn't want, you know, 1/1,000,000th of a percent of the Veve user base to own one. Jeez. I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong, but it's this is why the 007 series is just not that popular. It's like the list prices are just absurd. The edition numbers are always ridiculously low, and when we finally get something good, like the edition numbers are just super low. This is just crazy to think about, and like the fact they do 7 editions for this one. Wow. This is like just basically, this is going to be this the 007 ticket, you know, or Donnie 2.0. That's crazy. 7 editions. Palace knows what's up. Yeah, good God, I'm way behind on chat. Yeah, I think DC slept on more than Disney. I mean, I don't know that. All right, I'm just going to catch up with chat and kind of skip a lot of stuff, so I apologize. Is market going to dip more, you think, because it's already down so much? Iron Man is 1.6. Yes, I do think it's going to dip more. Mason Fuzzy. Red Ventures, things are going down due to 00. I don't know about that. I don't know if people are, oh my God, I got to sell off everything so I can afford this drop that is, there's only 7 editions. Like, the likelihood of you just winning it is just insanely low. Is there anything special about this one? Okay. This is also official Aston Martin too. Bond with a pair of miniguns that emerge from the front headlamps, opening doors, and steerable wheels. So it's legitimately the only difference between the 507 edition version and the 7 edition version is the fact that it has the JB007 license plate. God. And the fact that there's only 7, I guess the JB007 is a big deal. Let me see something. This is what it reminds me of. And you guys have all probably seen this meme before. Let me see. Why can't I find it? This one. This is basically what I think about when I see this. NFTs be like bald beard, no beard hair, no beard, no hair, beard with, you know, hair with beard. It's like that. It's like, here's the static version. Here's the version with the guns and the headlamps and the opening doors and all that stuff. Here's the version with the gun, the lamps, the opening head doors, and a license plate. But don't forget that it's also seven versions or 7 editions. So I don't know, like they'll negotiate this. It sounds like 007 wants their stuff to be super exclusive, which is in a way cool. But like during a, I think pre queue system, that's kind of a mistake. 1,000 gems for dropping serious in times like this. Yeah. Is gonna be change some people's lives. Oh my, yeah, dude. If someone wins that, you know, if it's not a beat boop, if it's not a bot, that's if you win the 7 edition version, I would. What would you guys sell? This is BS. Yeah, let me catch up with chat. Like chat's getting crazy. Tucson, Arizona. No, I'm in like the greater Phoenix, Arizona area. Now in Hawaii, formerly in AZ. I love Tucson. I'm in Nogales. Okay, cool. Yep, exactly. You think Superman will drop to 2.5K? Superman? Yeah, I think we looked at that earlier. Like I said, I don't know if it'll drop to 2.5K, but I mean, it can get pretty low. I remember someone asking me about this a few days ago. I'll sell you my Superman 8866 for 4.5K. Probably, I don't know. I can't even afford it even if I wanted it. But for, yeah, I mean, I think it still has more room to possibly go down. Like, I mean, like we've been talking before, people have been buying Superman for under 1,500 gems. Hell, for under 1,200 gems for a long time. So I think it's just shaking out all those people. Plus, some people are just selling at a loss too, right? So it could keep going down. But I do think the level of support is probably going to be somewhere closer to 3K rather than like 2.5. But it could go down. I mean, who knows, right? Not entirely sure. What's the best buy for 1,400 gems? Best quick sale collectibles for the gem squeeze, and you can give me some collectible choices for long-term hold. 1,400 gems. Long term, I really think Iron Man could touch 1,400 a couple times. Not a couple, but a few times between now and like the end of the week, right? I think it could happen. So just be ready for that if you want to get like a long-term hold. But like gem squeeze, and you can give me best quick sell collectibles. I don't know what you mean by that. Like you buy and you just sell it high. Like right now, that's not the time for the market. If you want to buy a quick sell collectible, it has to be new. Like either a new comic or a new NFT, like, you know, that's essentially it, in my opinion. I can't think of any like collectibles that are like, if there was a quick sell collectible, you could just buy now and then just sell it tomorrow or in a day or two for a, you know, 10, 15, 20% profit. Like everyone would be doing it. So. The fuck, 1K gems and 7 editions for the Aston Martin. Yep. Beaker, it does. I'm scooping. Yeah, I mean that NFT, I don't know what I would list it for. I would just a meme. I don't know. If I won the Aston Martin, I wouldn't even list it on the market. I would I think I would just post it on Twitter, a picture of it, and just say, I'm taking offers and I'm selling it on Saturday. And just let all the comments just flood in. Like, I don't even know. Like, I'd rather do it that way and just basically have people auction it off. Or I might literally hold like an auction or something weird. Like, it is so obscure and it's such a rare scenario that I would probably get the help from someone like Randy Chavez or some other big influencer. He would definitely ask Crow for me. And I would just have an auction, and just whoever won the auction would just get it, and we would do the trade probably just in app or something like that. I don't know, like whatever version they want to pay me in, I would probably just take it, whatever version, whether it's dollars, Omi, gems, like whatever if they have that much money laying around to purchase it straight up, or if they did a thing where it's like half Omi, half dollars, or half gems and half dollars, whatever it is, figure it out. But that's what I would do. I would literally just hold an auction and just be like, I'm selling this on Saturday. And that's it. Seven crew, yeah. Need to get this. This is BS. This is what I'm thinking. I quit Veve. If anyone lists that for below 50K, I think it'll just get bought. If it, like, I bet there will be someone who will list it, like one of the 7 listings for like under 50K, and it'll just get bought instantly. I really think that's gonna happen. And especially with this 007 drop, who knows? Someone might be selling their waltz. There could be some people with, you know, maybe over 100 waltz. I mean, I think there's probably literally only 2 people on the entire platform that has that many waltz. But if someone does have a couple waltz, they might be like, I could sell one off and maybe afford this 007 car in that secondary market. Maybe waltz go down a bit lower. Who knows? Unlikely, but they're going to cost 150. Luckily, I have 2K gems currently. Spent most of it all last night. Yeah. Yeah, the JB007 license plate makes it 7 editions, pretty much. Golden moments are such a steal currently. If you have that license plate in the Veveverse, though, you're a straight G, dude. For real, though, that's the huge thing. But personally, I would just sell it. I would sell it, and if I could sell it, let's just say I sold it for, let's say I sold it for 250K, 250,000 gems. I would straight up go on a spending spree. Well, first I would do some sort of giveaway just to celebrate. I'd probably buy a lot of stuff and just do giveaways, like straight up. Probably spend, I would say, probably like 10 or 15% of that just on just giveaways, but then spend the rest on other things on the app. Probably get 2 waltz, probably get I'll probably just get 2 entire sets of the golden moments and plus some other stuff. I don't know, like when you have that much money and I'm just like, what? I don't even know what to do. That, I mean, it might be a better buy now. People delisting. Potentially? I don't know. I haven't looked at let's see, Black Panther moved. Let's see. Oh, it's gone cheaper. Wow, ultra rare Black Panther is at 382 right now. It's getting even cheaper. Too much for 007, yeah. Is this their first SR? Yes. 007, I think so. Do you think you'll be able to drive any of the static version of the cars in the Veveverse? I have no idea. I really hope so. M. Johnson, because a good portion of the cars are static, you know, or there's like the 1:6 ratio one, so it's like it technically should be like an RC car sized, but yeah, I don't know. Like it's hard to tell with the Veveverse. Veve could literally do anything they want. They can make them all drivable, you know. Have the non-interactive ones be not drivable and stuff, so. Okay, I thought I heard something. Plus I'm supposed to have a person here in the next like couple hours potentially. All right, cool. Back to Veve. I am caught up with chat now at this point. I'm sorry if I skipped a lot of comments or whatever, but yeah, I think everyone's just in shock about the new the announcement for the Aston Martin. If I got the 007 one, I would sell it for 700,007 gems. Yeah, and it's a palindrome, so there's that. Good call. I think I would literally just hold an auction. I would probably I would get Randy on board, contact them, and just say, hey, this is what's going on. I want you to escrow for me, and I will obviously tip you, or whoever's involved in the purchasing will tip you, and I'm gonna hold an auction, and people are just gonna bid, and it's gonna be on his stream, or I don't know how else we would do it, but yeah, I don't know. Either some sort of auction, or I might just do it via Twitter, or I might just put it up on market. Who knows? I'd probably just do it either that day or the next day, just to ride off the hype as much as possible, because if I wait too long, then someone might list it for like way cheaper than what the auction price is going for, right? So, but then again, maybe not everyone has all that money in the app. Maybe it's in other places like Omi, or they just have it on hand, whatever. I would trade the Bond car 7 editions for a Wall R2D2 C3PO and a Todd. Even then, I think you're undervaluing it at that point still. Like right now, like that's what, how much? That's like 35K? No, more than that. Well, at least at the current prices, yeah, I mean that's basically like 40K, which I think you can get more money out of it than 40K. Get 007, you better be asking for 7 million. Yeah, there's that. Sorry, Mr. Answer. Wish I stack or buy for 3,000 gems to hold for this year. Angelo Flores. Yeah, I was way behind on chat. You said between those two, the C3PO or Black Panther Ultra Rare. I would say like if you're gonna be active in the market and you want to do flipping and you want to be active in the market, I would say the lenticular cards. I don't know about 9 minis. You know, maybe get some sort of, I think you still want to diversify a little bit, like maybe get a couple Donalds, a couple minis, a couple Mickeys, like do it that way. Maybe get like one Goofy would be half your value, but still, like I would diversify a bit instead of just having all in one. Because selling off 9 minis, like it's going to be kind of difficult, but it's going to be easier to sell 2 minis, 2 Donalds, 2 that, because if you're trying to sell all, you can't sell all 9 minis at once. And even if you list 2 of them, that's then forming a wall and, all that stuff. So, but if you want to invest 3K and just not touch the app for a while, or you don't plan on being active in the market, then yeah, me personally, not a huge fan of the low mint stuff. Because you said what, an ultra rare Black Panther low mint? How much is that? You said 42 for 3K? Nah, I wouldn't. That is really low. Why is that so much lower than everything else? Even then, I probably wouldn't. I would get C3PO or all the lenticular cards. That'd be my take. And I think if you wait, you can maybe get a cheaper price for C3PO and then also get a lenticular card with it. That's my take on it. I don't think you should Black Panther ultra rare. It's not even like the top tier, and it's like it's not even the lowest mint, which is, you know, not that big of a deal too. But yeah, I don't know. But bots are easily going to scoop up those 7. Zero chance for anyone actually breathing to get that. Yeah, beat boop, dude. Too much beat boop. Zeki speak 7.77 mil. Yeah, dude. Just do as many 7s as you can. Follow Golden Moments. Wow, Golden Moments taken hard. Connor Batman has a 100 gap on the floor. Yeah, I think people were talking about that earlier, right? Can I just type in Connor and I'll pull up Amanda Connor? Let's go. Yeah, I mean, that was 100% below floor, but I mean, it's been up there for over an hour and no one has bought it yet. Maybe 45 minutes, but still, like, no one's, at least according to this, no one's bought it. Let me see. Is it showing my screen? No. Let me put it up. Amanda Connor. Still there. Wow, still there. Trust me, I'm tempted to buy it too, but I'm just holding off. 888. That's over 100 gems below floor. But I feel like a lot of the higher end Batmans look like that. Yeah, where it's like basically the top of the screen and the bottom of the screen is like a 500 gem difference. So like basically on average, every 2 listings is a 100 gem difference. But I mean, this isn't the only one that's doing that, right? It's Amanda Connor and Becky Cloonan and what's another kind of like pricey one? Jaylee isn't that expensive, right? No. Todd. 6.9, 8.4. That's kind of crazy to think about. Yeah. Like, I feel like all of the, yeah, like this one isn't 100 gems, it's only 50 gems, but even then, it's probably because it's only 500. It's like a Nightwing. Yeah, it's like a 500 gem difference from the top to the bottom, so it's not the only one. Amanda Connor, I mean, they're all doing that. All of the ultra rare or like the first edition, like the low mint ones, like they're all doing that right now, and no one's buying them, probably because there's just not that many sales that happen. I still think 888 is a fantastic deal. The only issue is like you could relist it and barely undercut the next guy, but it's like, how long is that going to take to sell before the next guy undercuts you? Should I get Becky Cloonan? What's Becky at right now? Give me that Becky. Come on, I put in Beck. The hell? There it is. Took a minute. Becky Cloonan, I don't know. I'd rather wait. I mean, the real question now is like, do you get Becky Cloonan or Iron Man? Or I do also want to look up ultra rare Marvel Comics #1, because that's been kind of hovering around this price point too. Or you can get 2 ultra rares. I think this price point you can get 2 ultra rare of like amazing, or sorry, Fantastic Four #1 as well as Fantastic Four #5 if you're into comics at all. So we're kind of getting to that point now. I think Becky Cloonan could potentially go even lower. I mean, technically, the lowest support level I could ever see her going at is 1K. But, yeah, I don't know. As of right now, DC, Batman, they're not looking too great. It's not, I mean, if you buy right now, it's still a fantastic time. Like, it's not like if you buy it now, you're going to be like in the, you know, it's not like you're going to be in the negative for 6 months or anything like that crazy. Like, they're all going to do well. We just need to shake off all the people before MTL. We just need to shake out all those people that are here for profit, right? And the only reason why I don't recommend DC or Batman or whatever enough is just because it's going to get to where Marvel and Disney is going to go, but it's just going to take longer. That's the only thing. So like, is it a terrible thing? No. Like Batman isn't terrible. It's still great, but I think it's just not going to recover from this market as much as like a Golden Moment or some of the lenticular cards or, you know, things like that. That's just my take. But Viker, that's just my opinion. So, Dr. Profit sells sell walls waltz to jump on Aston Martin. I can see that. If you don't care about Aston Martins and want to jump in on Black Panther SRs, your time is coming. Pretty much. Yep, I do think some people, maybe not a ton, but there are some people that are willing to sell their, you know, NFT that's around 1,000 just so they have a chance at winning the Aston Martin, because that is life-changing NFTs right there. Like if you win one, that's life-changing. Hey, can you check out and tell me what you think about the new Jungle Action number 6 rare and ultra rare comics? I think they're kind of cheap for their importance. As far as I've heard, like that comic is like not that important. James S, not exactly sure. And the exec you speak was talking earlier, sorry. I need to keep reminding myself to say the person's name before I just read off chat. Let's see. Lady and the Tramp gonna hit 500? I don't think so. I mean, it could. It's new. A lot of people are willing to sell it for cheap. Let me see here. Where is Lady and the Tramp right now? It's at 700. It's not going to hit 5, I think, anytime soon. Yeah, I have to go to comics really quick. I think Jungle Action is just cheap right now because, again, Gem Squeeze. It's just kind of getting mixed in with a slew of other just kind of like generic comics. All right, Jungle Action is not on here yet, so we might have to wait till tomorrow to get it, but we don't have Jungle Action, right? But if I had to guess, I mean, I can look on my phone really quick. Jungle Action. Go back comics. You said the rare and ultra rare, right? Where am I? Jungle Action. So here it is. Here's the rare. 40 gems. And the ultra rare is going for 83 gems. I don't think it's so much an importance thing. It's like Killmonger, don't get me wrong, like it's big in the MCU, it's a notable figure and stuff like that, but it's not like a it doesn't, like, there's not a cult following, or there's not it's not a Wolverine or a Captain America or Deadpool or anything like that that's made some really big moves, like you know, I don't know how else to explain it. It's a notable figure, but it's not massive. And I can't pull it up here because it's not updated on the app yet, but like Vote Loki is the same thing. It's at 40 gems here. The ultra rare is at 84, just like, yeah, like almost like gem for gem. Vote Loki and the rare and the ultra rare are like the exact same price as Jungle Action, and that's just because we're in the middle of a gem squeeze. People are just trying to sell their comics to afford other stuff on the market. And unless it's a FA appearance of someone huge like Hulk, like Wolverine, like some of the other X-Men that they have yet to kind of release in comic form, like people just sell them off. So is it good for, is the rare good for Master Collector points? For sure. And if you did buy any of these comics, will they be worth more 2-3 months from now? Probably. Like I don't think you're gonna lose money on these like anytime soon, but. Hello, Lady of the Tramp. Yeah, I already read that. Don't dive a like. Give a like. Yes, please. Bike owners being like, I don't want to play with you anymore. Went from 2,000 to 166 in like 30 minutes. Oh, bike owners? Really? Are people selling the bike right now? And this is what I mean by just holding, right? Like people are just so impulsive. Like every new announcement, people just start selling. Especially right now during this kind of like market climate, right? Let me look up 007. I don't even know what that's under. It's under No Time to Die, I guess. Let's open this. Are people selling the bike right now? 160. Let me look up bike. Actually, let me look up. Yeah, we'll go to bike really quick and then we'll go back to comics because I did want to look up Marvel comics. So it's right now bike's at 167. I think that's It's holding its value decently well, right? But it's actually called the Triumph bike. Right? Hello? Is this working with me? Is this not? If I just scroll down here, it should be down here. There it is. 174. Yeah, it sold off a bit. Yeah, there's a few more listings that showed up, but I don't see it on here. But I get what you mean. They're like, I don't want to play with you anymore until they realize they sell their bike to get the Aston Martin. They realize they can't afford it, or they didn't win it on drop, and then they go back to buy it again for probably more. So we'll see. I think I do need to do like a refresh as well as one of these. I don't think this is what's causing it to. Could be, or I just need to open up another tab. I don't know why it's telling me to register when I don't. Oh, there it goes. Holy moly. Let's go. And then we'll check out Marvel Comics. Because that's another thing I'm debating on, is like whether I want to invest in the start investing in comics or start getting into something else. Okay, so Marvel Comics is still at 2K. I thought it was a bit cheaper. What about Fantastic Four =1? And I'm only familiar with these like high-end comics. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know what all the other ones are going for. Like, if I, like me personally, if I'm gonna invest in comics, I'm probably gonna just like heavily invest. I'm probably just sticking with secret rare, ultra rares, just with like the top 7 plus like Ultimate Fallout plus New Mutants, and that's probably it. Like, I don't want to stray too far away from comics that I, at least in my opinion, aren't gonna do like great in the future. Hey, what's your price prediction for the one at 307 gems? How many mints were there? 5,007, right? Or 4,007? I have no idea. Like 350, 400, maybe. Maybe more than that, maybe 450. I mean, because we're in the middle of a gem squeeze, right? So it's hard to tell. I'm kind of comparing it to the bike, which kind of like maxed out at 200. I kind of doubled that price, but then again, it's the Aston Martin, so you add a bit more. Yeah, not entirely certain. I don't know, let's say 400, 450. Maybe less, because again, I think gem squeeze is going to be real. Check out Recur NFTs on Twitter. It looks sick. Cool. I'll have to check them out at some point. I can't now, but I'll check them out later. Fantastic Four =1, which is probably anywhere between #2 to like #5 on like most comic lists, like tier wise. At 710. And here's the chart for that. Like I said, it's holding its value like decently well. Like, of course, it got shot down just like everything else, but over the last like week and a half, it's been doing a really good job of actually holding its value, at least in my opinion. And then #5, which is the first appearance of Dr. Doom. #5. Cool. 775. So these prices have been the same for the last like 2 or 3 days that I've looked. So again, the mints are super low. I do really like the ultra rares. For the most part, I would say the only issue I have is like it's just so slow and steady. That the sales are so infrequent. It's nice that you don't have to deal with a bunch of other people like undercutting you, but at the same time, like I think the sales are just so infrequent for the ultra rare that like if you're looking for like tons of profit in like the short to medium term, or like a lot of volatility to like take advantage of, like it just doesn't seem like comics is the thing. But if you're investing for the long term, if you want something that's acts more like bonds than stocks, then it seems like ultra rare and secret rare comics are the way to go. Like if it's just really hard for you to stomach like gem squeezes and like all that stuff, and you're just like potentially panic selling, like maybe comics is the way for you. And I believe David Yu even said that I think he said that like in the future, like comics are gonna do like really well, are probably gonna be some of the best performing NFTs on the platform just in general. $69 likes, let's go. It also went from 90 to 160 in one day. Yeah. All right, I think I already answered that. Okay, price wise, these are closer. Mickey card or secret rare Panther. Wait, what? Sorry, ultra rare. Oh, okay. I would still go with the Mickey card. Like, I think right now Black Panther is still so new. Like, or if you did want to buy Black Panther, I would still just wait. Just wait. The price is going down. The gem squeeze is just going to get worse, I believe, for Black Panther in general. So I would just wait for both. Like, they're both going to go down. Rafael Martinez. So, and again, like, which one are you more bullish on? Do you think Disney's going to do better or Black Panther? I think both are going to do great. Even though Mickey card has way more mints than the secret rare Black Panther, you have to think too. It's not all just about mints. It's also about how many people are Mickey fans versus Black Panther or whatever. So I think both are going to do great, but I think people saying that Black Panther is going to be a Grail. I mean, if that's the case, I think it's going to be the same Grail status as like Superman potentially. Could see another big IP at the end of the month. I think so too. I think it's kind of what I'm holding off for. Pokemon Day is Sunday. A wild NFT appeared. Yeah. We're not getting Pokemon. Veve's already confirmed it like 4 or 5 different times over the last like week that we're not getting Pokemon. So it's not going to happen. They've also confirmed too we're not getting Miles Morales. So don't expect Miles Morales too. Mason Fuzzy, Veve tweeted there won't be a drop on Sunday, but that's not Monday. So they could probably do something on Monday. Let's smash that like button, fam, and show support. Thank you so much, Fun Under the Sun. I appreciate it. Angela Flores, remember that they mentioned anything Pokemon prices won't matter, but I doubt it. Yeah, they're not. They've already said like 4 times like they're not doing Pokemon. Said there's big stuff coming up for Veve. Could be MTL or a big drop. He tweeted it like yesterday, I think. Yeah, the chief marketing officer, Alfred Kahn, he said that the last 2 or 3 tweets, though. I think he just says that as a way to be optimistic, and it's just kind of like his signature at the end of most of his tweets where he just said, big things are coming. You know, it could literally be anything. And, you know, he's the chief marketing officer, which means literally anything. Like, he's negotiated a lot of the rates and interacted with a lot of these IPs probably directly. And he's just saying, you know, this could be the big thing. In his mind, you know, and it's true, this could be the big thing, right? Oh, big thing. Aston Martin, very signature car, very low mints. Whoever wins, big deal. That's a big thing. Like, in their mind, it's not always just Pokemon or some other huge announcement, right? Like, I do think some people thought Alex G too, because Alex G, when he did the whole chili pepper emote, right? He did 2 out of 4 chili peppers or whatever it is. A lot of people would be like, well, it could be MTL. And Alex G even said, he's like, he said, well, if it's me saying stuff, he's like, I'm not even related or understanding the process of like the whole MTL process. Like, he's not involved with that stuff. So, like, kind of having people that aren't related to their department or like what they focus on and kind of assuming they're making an announcement for that just doesn't, like, it just doesn't seem to fit, right? So I think it's the same thing with like Alfred Kahn. Like, he's the chief marketing officer, but he's not like the spokesman of Veve, or he knows like all the ins and outs, you know, unlike David Yu, right? So I could be wrong, but I doubt he's like going to be the one to like make the and you know, give us a hint on MTL announcement that's going to happen in a couple weeks. I think that's just his signature at the end of a lot of tweets. Big things are coming, you know, or, you know, be excited, because it's true. Like, any new IP, Aston Martin, whatever it is, Miles Morales, X-Men drop next month, whatever it's going to be, it's exciting stuff. It's all exciting. So, you think Mickey and Friends cards are a good purchase for best profit at the end of the gem squeeze? Yeah, any of them are. I would say the most volatile one, I'd say like the most volatile NFTs that could like really spike up and do extremely well is like Ben Riley Uncommon, just because he spiked up a ton. I think he has like a lot of potential, so that's a bit more speculative / risky. Not risky in the sense like it's not going to be profitable, but it's just like there could be other purchases that are more profitable. So I would say like Ben Riley Uncommon is pretty volatile, like, or it could return big profits. The reason why I like Disney is that it's like not as speculative and as wild as some of the other NFTs. Like it's slow and steady in a weird way, kind of like comics, but it's also volatile enough that like people can FOMO in and chase pumps and stuff that like cause the price to go up even more. So so like Uncommon, Ben Riley. I'm trying to think of some other NFTs that I do think have a lot of room to grow. Like Ben Riley, I'm sure there's some independent artists or some like random other NFTs that could do that as well, but I just don't know. So Monica Heil just came here after checking the 1007 gems for Saturday's drop on Twitter. Yeah, that is ridiculous, right? Like I don't know what 007, like who they think they are to just demand 1,000 gems from us, right? As well as because 307 gems, right, for the first drop, and then 1,007 for the second drop, which is crazy to think about. That's I mean, if anyone wins any, even if it's whether it's the 7 or the 507 version, like that's some vault changing money, right? I mean, that could really, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's less than Walt. That's less than Secret Rare Spider-Man. That's at least I'm talking the Secret Rare version. Like that's less. That's a lot less. So, DRM just saw a good point on Twitter. You can't buy 1,000 gems at one time, so you'll have to have a decent amount of gems preloaded for that drop. Might cause a reduction in the botters. Potentially. They can always just move gems around, right? Like, I would assume if you had like, it's kind of an exaggeration. Maybe it isn't, maybe it is. But it's like, let's say you had 20 bots. I would assume you have all the gems preloaded on them to have like 100 each, maybe 60 each to play a Marvel or a DC or a Disney drop. But you could always just like move, you could also just trade the gems to each other, right? You wouldn't be able to maybe play the drop on all of them, but you don't need that many, right? Overall, like, because there's literally only 514 of these Ashton Martin secret rares, that's all you need. You don't need that many more. So it's hard to say, but yeah. But I mean, that could be right too. I don't know. I sometimes I kind of like to just play. I probably should stop doing this, but playing devil's advocate or whatever, like not all the time, but I agree. It means less botters, but we don't need that many bots to ruin the whole drop, right? Like I bet you even if it got rid of 98% of the botters, all it takes is one person to have enough gems to preload all of them. You know, all it takes is a handful of those people. Like there's only 514 for the drop, right? So it's not like there's thousands and thousands and thousands and now the botters can't gobble them all up or whatever. Monica and Tasha, that's the most expensive drop, I'm assuming. I think so. For box price, that's got to be the most expensive for a drop. I don't know how much the 007 ticket was, but if it was probably over 1,000 gems, I think people would have been talking about it. Let's go. 1.9k subs. Congrats. Thanks, dude. I'm excited to get that going. I don't know how close I am to 2k. I noticed that the subs have been kind of slowing down. That's why I'm trying to expand upon my channel, be more consistent, as well as come up with some like membership stuff that people can sub to and kind of feel more like the community and get some exclusive content in that sense. What the hell was I checking out? Oh yeah, my Gmail. What the hell is it? Okay, they're still in review, whatever. But yeah, I'll show it one more time just because I actually already have it pulled up. This is the emotes that I was gonna do, which I was gonna just do the copy and paste version. So I was gonna do 2 very simple emotes and then probably 2 cooler ones. So this is the first emote, which is just a down arrow. So if something is dumping or if you want to comment on someone saying something and you think it's gonna go down, that's the down arrow. Plus it looks similar to what my like my logo looks like with the up and down arrow. Here's the up arrow, so things are pumping, things are going up. This is the Veve logo, so I was gonna do Veve, and if it's too hard to read the actual Veve text, because like it's gonna be pretty small, like it's Like the text could probably be like this small, maybe a little bit smaller. I don't think it's gonna be that small, but if it was that big on your screen or something, if it's really hard to read, I might have to experiment with it, like on my phone. If it's too hard to read, I might remove, I might do something like this and like remove the border and like just make the Veve part like bigger, like that, just so it's like easier to read. I could do that as well, but we'll see. I really like the border because then it looks like, I really like the border because that way it actually looks like a, you know, like a neon sign or something like that. But if it's too hard to read, I might have to change it. And then also here's this one, here's the vibe. So you can do Veve vibes, or you can just do the Veve icon as well for it. So I'm doing the Veve vibes on this. So this is what the members would get. They would get these 4 emotes that you guys can put in any channel, as well as some other stuff. I'm gonna have multiple tiers and stuff, so we'll check it out later. But Monica, Natasha, though I understand how big Aston Martin is and still processing the price factor, one of Freva's the constant announcements and drops that will keep making all other collectibles go down in value. Yes, that's true, but I do think like once MTL, like I'm trying to remember what it was, but God, what's his name? I'm gonna remember it in a second. The guy who always does like the gem updates and Omi burn and all that stuff, I forgot his name, but he said like there's like, I don't know if it's hundreds of millions of gems or like over 100 million gems or something like that. It's just waiting on the app. They're just in people's wallets and just waiting. So I think right now people are just waiting to see what the absolute bottom is for a lot of these NFTs, and until MTL is fully announced and or integrated sometime around a more formal MTL announcement, whatever's going to happen, that's when the market's going to move. So whether it's an announcement and then the market's going to move, or implementation and then it's going to move, or it gets implemented and then a month later then it's going to move. But I think people are just kind of waiting for the absolute low of the market, waiting for all the, I don't want to say paper handlers, but all the people that want to cash out, they're just waiting for them to fully commit in the cash out and get the cheapest prices possible and then invest. But it could happen sooner. It could happen sooner, right? But I do think that the market, it has nothing really to do with announcements. It's more just revolving around MTL, and announcements are just making the market drop a bit and then it will recover. Like some things have actually gone up a bit, but then it'll just go back down. So, but if you're talking about like these kind of prices, like up here, like getting back up to these levels, like that's not going to happen till after MTL, in my personal opinion. So that's just my take. Like I just don't think we're going to get back up to those prices until MTL is fully out. We get rid of all the people that are just here for profit or looking to cash out. So that's my take. You see Donald going over 1K. The card? Well, whether you're talking the card or the golden moment, it's yes. I mean, Donald has hit 1K before and he will do it again. It's not a matter of if, with like pretty much almost, okay, I don't want to say this. I don't want to say with almost, I don't want to say with every NFT on Veve, but with most NFTs on Veve that people actually understand, that are, you know, significant things. Like you can't buy a Bigfoot and expect it's just going to hit over 1,000 gems. Like it's not going to happen, or at least not anytime soon. But with a lot of these NFTs, like Donald's hit 1,100. So him going above that is not a matter of if, it's just when, right? Within a couple of months. Okay, sorry, I didn't see that second part. Within a couple of months, maybe? I don't know. I don't know the future. Again, it's going to really hinge on MTL. If MTL gets dragged out to like end of March, you know, or early May, probably not. But if MTL, if we finish the beta system through this week, and then sometime next week they give us a firm date of like, okay, MTL is going to be rolled out mid-March, you know, or maybe the second week of March. Every week we're going to give it to another few thousand people, and everyone on the platform is going to have access to it end of May. So it's like a full 2 months where it's going to be a slow roll of people getting MTL. You know, it's not going to happen one day or within a couple weeks. It's going to take 2 months for it to slow roll out to everyone else. Then yeah, maybe Donald could hit that, but it's all revolving around MTL, in my personal opinion at this point. What's up with the price? What's up? with the price prediction of this drop, I don't know. I think the Aston Martin, I think the static 450, I don't know. I would say higher, but again, gem squeeze. People are trying to sell anything they can right now to get profit, you know. This one's just like freaking out, so I'm just gonna refresh. Puddin' cheeks. It's almost 117,000. Yes, that's what I figured. DRM, thank you. Monica, I appreciate your input. I'm down by a lot, 50% or more, especially since I bought like 6 collectibles 2 days prior to Gold Moments 2 drop. Yeah, that's really rough. That's really rough. Mason Fuzzy, having a hard time deciding when to get the best bang for my buck. 1,400 gems. To be honest, dude, just wait. Just wait. I have 1,400. I literally have 1,400 gems too on my account. Maybe a little bit less. Let me show you. Look. I'm just holding. This is my account. 1,413 gems. 14. I'm just holding. I'm just waiting. If you wait long enough, you can maybe pick up an Iron Man. If you wait long enough, maybe you can get, you know, 5 lenticular cards or something like that. I'm just waiting, and that's the thing. Like I have multiple outs, so any combination of lenticular cards, you know, maybe wait for Iron Man. So like, I would have like 3 things like lined up. If you're going on the more speculative side, maybe pick up Ben Riley. Let's see. So Ben Riley is under 400, which means you can buy what? 3 of them, plus you have like 100 gems left over for something else, or 200 gems left over. So you can buy 3 Ben Rileys plus, I don't know, Ghost Spider, or, you know, whatever you want to do with the last 200 gems. So that's if you want to go more speculative. You can also just wait for potentially Iron Man to hit 1,400. Like you could wait for that. You could also just get, I think we talked about it earlier, the Mickey cards. So that's what I'm saying, like have like 3 or 4 things like lined up. So like if one starts pumping, you can go to something else. And like maybe your first pick is waiting for Iron Man to hit 1,400. And the second he hits 1,400, you just buy and you just don't look back. And then you just flip him when he pumps. Because it sounds like Mason Fuzzy, you do want to flip it. And like there's nothing wrong with flipping a golden moment, right? Like you can buy it at 1,400, you know, in a month or whatever. It might go up to like 2K or higher than that, and then you could just flip it, you know, 2.5K, whatever. And you can flip it. Same thing with the lenticular cards. Like maybe you want to buy, you know, four minis or four daisies, or you want to go with 2 Donalds plus a Mickey, and then just flip all those when those go up. Like you have different options. Like you don't have to just go with these. If you like Batman, which again, it's going to be tough because when those pump, there's going to be a lot of other people waiting to undercut and flip those as well. So I think any of these are fine. Just have multiple outs. So it's like, all right, if Iron Man starts pumping and I can't afford it, all right, I'm going to go to lenticular cards. Okay, lenticular cards didn't work out. Okay, now I'm going to go over to Ben Riley and then just go to the next thing. Like there's so many other NFTs that you don't have to just chase one. Mason Fuzzy, if that makes sense. That's what I'm saying. Like any combination you buy is gonna work, right? So if you really want to swing for the fences and be more speculative, I would go with like just get 3 Ben Rileys, potentially 4 if you have a little bit more. You can, like, if you want to play a little bit of a longer game, you can stack like, I don't want to say a shit ton of Ghost Spiders, but you can get quite a few of like the Marvel Mighties, right? You can also get let's see here. I mean, get Spider-Man 2099 right now. Where was he at? I think this guy went up to 3K. Yeah, potentially. Spider-Man, Ghost Spider, like honestly, like any of these will do fine. It's just hard to tell which ones are going to do the best. I will say Marvel Midas will probably take a bit longer to pump versus lenticular cards and golden moments, but like they'll go up eventually. I got my Donald at 850 or 290 with sales tax. Oof. Monica, that hurts my soul, but you'll be fine. It'll go up. You just have to wait. I'm hurting for MTL, lost my job recently and really need the cash. Dombrowski, yeah, dude, I feel that. I could definitely use a bit of cash right now myself. You know, I don't need to cash out my whole vault, but cashing out sooner rather than later would help. If you do need cash like pretty quickly, Dombrowski, like I don't know where you live or anything like that, but what I did before when I was kind of tight on cash, which was there's probably a bunch of things you can do. There's, if you lost your job and you just need money right now, you can do odd jobs on Craigslist. I remember I used to donate, not donate because you're getting paid for it, but plasma. Sometimes there's plasma centers around where you live where there's a sign up bonus. I think the one I used to go to was CSL Plasma, where if you use like a referral bonus, you don't have to use a referral, but if you just use a sign up bonus, like you can donate like twice a week, and each donation you basically get like $100. So basically your first 10 donations will net you $1,000. And so if you did it like, let's say at the top of the month, next month, you could get basically $800 between then and like the end of the month. So there's that. There's probably some other things you could probably do too, but I do remember like there was a couple months where I was like kind of tight on cash and I was like looking for ways just to make money pretty quickly. The whole CSL Plasma thing, like you can get that the first visit. If you show up there, you have to have all the right paperwork and stuff, of course. But I mean, the first visit will take a while, like probably like 3 or 4 hours. But then every visit after that will only take like an hour and a half, maybe 2 at the most. But there's that too. So I pulled a Spider-Man 2099 and sold for 4K. Feel bad for that guy. Yep, that's why I just pretty much everything I win, I just sell on the market immediately. But Dombrowski, that's what I would say is, you know, the CSL Plasma thing, and there's other ways to make money short term, right? As well. As much as it sucks to do, you can always ask like family for money and stuff like that. Like I'm not sure how much money you need, but yeah, I wish you best of luck, man. Like I've been there. Definitely gonna look into that. I tried DoorDash too, but it didn't seem worth it. Was making like $12 an hour. Yeah, I mean that's what I currently do on occasion to make some cash, because like right now I'm just working for myself right now. So I do DoorDash on occasion. I do a few other things to make some cash. Like I just hated like the whole corporate job thing. Like the benefits are good and like the money is steady and all that stuff, but I'm in this for the long run. Like I want to be able to grow my channel and the community and a bunch of other stuff, and like it's I can't think of a better way to do it than like a brand new kind of like speculative investing. And like I heard like every 10 years or so there's a new way to make a ton of money, like just in the economy in general. So you know, 10 years ago was Bitcoin and crypto, and then before that it was probably more like real estate, as well as you know, investing in like Apple and stuff. Like, you know, imagine if you invested like Amazon like 20 years ago, like Jesus Christ, like, or Tesla. I don't even think Tesla was around then. Maybe it was, but like every 10 years there's some sort of like new technology or new thing that comes out that like really changes the foundation or just like the culture of you know, the finance or economy or whatever it is. And I do think NFTs are that thing, and I think Veve is gonna be, you know, people are saying the Amazon of NFTs, and if I can be kind of position myself as a content creator in that space early on and actually give valuable information on how to do stuff in the secondary market, which is eventually everyone's gonna have to learn that eventually. Yeah, I don't know. That's my take on it. So like as much as like I, you know, part of me does kind of beat myself up mentally where it's like, God, like the last like year or something, I could have just worked a normal ass job, gotten paid my, you know, I used to do a bunch of sales. So it's like, okay, I could have done sales, and I'm talking to business owners or doing this or that, or trying to convince people to buy phones or whatever the hell, and, you know, make my money. And I could have had more money to invest in the app. Like, yeah, sure, I definitely could have had that, but it's like, probably would have been like more physically, mentally, and emotionally just like tired after work. And, you know, and who knows, maybe I would put a less, you know, effort into this. But I don't know. I love the idea of NFTs. I love the community. I like the company a lot. Just kind of curious to see how everything plays out. But Dombrowski, you can sell gems privately if you really need money. Yeah, you can sell gems as well, right? You can sell gems for basically like 60 cents on the gem for the most part. I'm not sure how you would pull that off. You do have to find escrow and find a buyer and all that stuff, but Yeah, that's the last resort. I'd have to sell for 50 to 60 cents. I'm banking on MTL coming out relatively soon, so I don't have to throw thousands down the drain. Yeah, I mean, if you got that much money, yeah, I mean, MTL, remember also too, MTL, like by the time you cash out, it could take like 3 weeks. So like, even if they came out with MTL next week, you probably wouldn't get your money until the end of March too, right? He loves the word like. I do. Donnie like wants. I do like. I'm from California. What do you expect? Like. That's how you know someone's from California. Like, and I'm trying to remember some of the other words. So just, yeah, when MTL comes out, it's still gonna take some time, so just be prepared for that. But in the meantime, yeah, if you're doing like side gigs and stuff, you can start, you know, doing DoorDash or Uber and stuff like that. And the initial sign up bonuses for all those things are like usually really good, but then after that it becomes trash, obviously. So sometimes you have to do that. You have to just kind of jump from side gig to side gig to just cash in on those like initial bonuses, and then just don't do it again, because at that point it just doesn't become worth it, it seems. To me, I'll not be around for a while. How long are you really willing to wait? Yeah, that too. Like, I think, like, absolute best case scenario, like, MTL comes out like late March, like sometime like late March, like maybe week 4 of March. Yeah, that's like the best case scenario. But it might take even longer than that, knowing just Veve scheduling and just the way they've organized stuff. So it could still take a while. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off here in like probably like 5 minutes or so. But I'm really excited, guys, about the whole membership thing. I'm actually kind of excited to do my first like member only stream and all that stuff, which will be just at the tail end of my stream. So what I might do is just, instead of ending my stream like I'm doing now at 3 hours, what I would just do is end my normal stream at 2:30 at the 2 hour and 30 minute mark. And then the last 30 minutes of my stream, while I'm still like coherent and talking, will be just for the members, right? And we can talk about whatever. Maybe occasionally I'll have on other influencers to talk about comics or different parts of Veve, or just not about Veve at all. Maybe we can do a different thing. I think MTL in 3 to 5 months. 5 months. Maybe. Yeah. Well, all we heard, what's kind of funny, because we heard David Hughes say that all he said was MTL was going to come out before Omi to NFT. And he said Omi to NFT will be later this year, which in Veve terms means probably like mid Q4. Like probably means like early November, mid-November. Like that's when it's going to come out. But yeah, it really depends on how much they expedite the whole MTL process and like the beta testing and stuff. So I don't know. There's probably also just a ton of information they're just not telling us to, right? So there could be that as well. Yeah, but 3 to 5 months, it wouldn't surprise me. Let's say that. It wouldn't surprise me. I hope it's shorter, not because like I need the cash, but just because I think the market is just going to struggle to recover until we get full like MTL potentially, because there's a lot of people, not, you know, like Dombrowski or just other people in general that are just trying to cash out, or they need a little bit of money here and there just to kind of hold them over to sell out. So Donnie wants, what's so funny? Donnie wants, what do you want, Donnie? What do you want besides a Donnie? Because I can't give you that. I can't give you an Ashton Martin NFT either. I can't give you a secret rare. And then, dude, I really hope, it would be so sick if Dr. Profit got one of the 007s. I think he will buy one. Like, there's no reason why he wouldn't buy one. Like, I'm just imagining it perfectly. Post drop, he buys literally the first one on the market. He's probably in his mind just saying, if anyone posts it for below 50K, if anyone posts it below 100K, I'm just gonna buy it and just hold it. Like, why not? Like, because there's only 7. The real question is how many are gonna be on market. I don't know how much I would like actually sell it for. Before we go, smash that like button, dude. Fun out of the sun. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, dude. And I definitely know you're gonna like the I know you're gonna become a member. I know you donate quite a bit, so I appreciate that. But it's gonna be sick, dude. I'm really looking forward to the membership thing and providing additional value and making people that do want to donate or at least help out the channel more feel You know, not just more special, but also just get more exclusive content, right? Where you can kind of get my undivided attention for 30 minutes. There's also some other things I thought about too, which is doing polls and stuff where you guys can decide about new emotes I'm going to add, new video ideas. Also, maybe if I do videos ahead of time, I would give access to certain members, early access just to videos early. Like some people might like the fact that they could watch like one of my videos 12 hours or 24 hours ahead of time without ads, depending on the topic and stuff. So it's going to be a great time for new people to join Veve when cash out, because because everything will be on a discount. Yeah, right now is a fantastic time to invest in Veve. It's like I said before, I feel really bad for people like Monica and Natasha, which was rough, but like the last 2 or 3 weeks, like the last 2 weeks of January, or the last, like, let me show a different chart, one that's a bit more mature. Let's just pull up a random Batman. You'll see what I mean. Like basically anyone that showed up during, let's just pull Becky Cloonan, whatever. Anyone that showed up like the last 2 weeks of January through the first 2 or 3 weeks of February, like I feel really bad for those people. That's probably one of the worst times to actually be on the app, like ever, at least so far, let's say. Because like everyone bought during a pump, either on the way up or on the way. People either bought during a pump or bought during a huge sell-off, which not a lot of people saw coming, right? So if we look at this, like basically anyone that got on the app, like, yeah, I would say like the first week of January to here, and that's a lot of time, right? To all the way through February. I don't know, the first couple weeks of February is like back here. So like this whole month and a half is like a really rough month to buy, because either you bought it on the way up, and if you did not sell up here, because you're probably just riding the wave of ecstasy where you're just like, oh my god, like dude, I bought this for 2K and now it's like all the way up to 3.6, that's nuts. And then like it's going down, you're like, well, everyone's telling me to hodl, and it's going down, and like, oh god, like now it's worth as much as I sold it for, or I bought it for, and then it's going down and down and down. But you didn't see all this history behind it, right? So in hindsight, now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, dude, how could it not go down? Like it can't just pump forever, right? And it's going to retrace for quite some time. So you know, in hindsight, 2020, right? And this is the first time I've ever experienced like this big of a gem squeeze. That's like probably my only, not even like regret, but one thing I would wish. It's like I didn't want to be on the app early, because I would like take advantage of like, oh, Todd and Secret Rare Spider-Man and all that stuff. It's more like I wish I just had more experience in the market so I could kind of foresee this a bit better to help out myself and other people. That's pretty much it. So all right, I'm getting off in 1 minute. Falanini, yo, I'm actually getting off soon. Falanini, I apologize. I know this is usually, I know my stream schedule's been like very random. Like sometimes I start like noon Pacific Standard Time. Other times I start at like 5, at 4. So I'm gonna have to come up with a more steady schedule for the most part and like post it. But as of right now, like just the next couple weeks are just gonna be kind of rough for me. You know, I'm gonna have to just do a lot of work for stuff. Yeah. Outside of Veve. So, but no, I'm really glad to be here. I'm glad you guys are here as well, and you guys are enjoying the stream. Excited for the membership stuff, not just because, you know, I get paid, like that's cool, but I do kind of like hanging out with the guys that are willing to invest and like really learn about Veve and all that stuff, and also just occasionally just talk about something other than Veve, you know? So that's always cool and fun. Anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you guys take care, be safe, and of course, double, triple, octuple check your listings before you do it, because I did see some Twitter posts, and I'll probably make a video on it. I want to make 2 videos today / tomorrow, which is one about listings that, you know, someone accidentally listed their Secret Rare Spider-Man, I think, for 1,200. Someone put that up on Twitter, and then also another video talking about the Aston Martin this weekend and like the ridiculous prices as well as the rarities. So we'll go and see how that plays out. But yeah, again, that's it. Thank you so much, Fun Under the Sun, Falanini, Mason Fuzzy, Donnie Wants, Dombrowski, Monica, Natasha, Angela Flores, whoever the hell else is here. I appreciate it. Catch you guys next time.